With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 90 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shad's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran shoot of feeling so insecure. The money he earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow, his taste low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. It's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if battery fun is shy, can't to see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and fatty wife and all his strife for forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act, that is a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over and awareness in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jet here. I'm going to get straight into the video which has got Phil a bit annoyed. Phil made a tweet. In fact, let me actually, let me escape Phil's screen for a second. This tweet had Phil a bit, Phil tweeted about MoistCritical and why he's a bit annoyed. He said what he said. He saw what I said about my stream. I personally like the guy and his content. I will address it on stream tomorrow. He's not wrong, but it's very obvious he's only watching the negative shit about me, and that's the entire point why I've asked him interviewed. When I've regularly got the biggest YouTubers saying negative stuff about me based on the trend in Detractor vids, it's hard to keep us going. I hope Moist will listen. I know he will. He's reasonable, and I can clear the air a bit. We shall see. So this is what Moist said. He was talking about Boogie, right? And basically what Boogie had done in his most recent video. And then somebody said someone brought up DSP and Moist had his own take on that. So it's like halfway into this little video. So here, I'm just going to play the whole thing in its full context so you guys can see exactly what Moist had to say about Phil.
And this and that, but why even make this in the first place? Just start making the content and see how it goes, instead of like the guilt trip, right? So yeah, that situation was pretty fucking sad. This is literally DSP, different than DSP. DSP's whole brand is about blatant e-begging. I still tune in pretty actively. What was his most recent meltdown? It was when he was playing Scorn. I think it was last week. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, I can't show this because DSP's banned on Twitch. But all DSP, like his whole brand is just blatantly saying, you guys haven't given me enough money, so I don't even know if I'm going to bother playing this game anymore. You guys are lucky that I played the game for 2 hours. I got a lot of shit I got to do, and I still sat here for 2 hours, and I only made X amount of dollars from you guys. The lack of support was alarming. And now I can't even afford to buy a new game on Friday, talking about Gotham Knights. I can't even afford Gotham Knights now because you guys didn't donate enough. Did DSP get unbanned on Twitch? Last I saw, he got, like, perma'd. Let me see. Oh shit, you're right. Okay, then yeah, I can pull this up.
Alright guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm frustrated for two reasons. Reason number one, because yeah, the game does suck. I really did not like tonight's stream. And in addition to that, as you guys can see, I stayed extra late for you guys, and basically it amounted to nothing. No one's really supported, which pisses me off. It does. Yeah, I'm playing a game. Obviously, it's frustrating. A lot of people showed up to watch it because you saw how frustrating it was, and no one supported. Yeah, that does upset me. Okay? It would have been one thing if I'm staying late and people are laughing and having a good time, and a few people are at least supporting the stream, but no one did. And that really upsets me. I'm going to hope that tomorrow when I finish it, there will be some support, because it is pissing me off that I just stayed extra late and I got nothing for it. You know, the game's not even good.
Yeah, he just goes full mask
If
off.
this were me, I'm not even exaggerating. If this were me not streaming, playing this, I would have just turned the game right off and said, fuck this, I'm not playing this anymore. But the fact that I'm now 5 hours into it, obviously I want to finish it, you know? But I toughed it out for you guys tonight, and I got nothing out of it.
He then goes on to say, like, he doesn't even know if he'll be able to afford Gotham Knights on Friday because no one has donated enough, and he's not sure if they'll donate enough tomorrow. But that's his whole brand now. People watch DSP for, like, the shit show of it. Like, if you type in Darkside Phil, for example, like, I'm going to test this. I'm not logged in on my main account here, so I guess we'll see. If you just type in Darkside Phil, like, the first channels you get, I imagine, are going to be, like, Bill Furnell, which is just the play off of his actual name. Just all of these channels that make memes of him. So let's see. Yeah, his channel is the fourth thing there. And it's just, like, it just, that's his whole brand. So it's not really the same. It's just very different niche. Is it DSP Gaming? I thought it was just Darkside Phil. Did I get them wrong? Which one does he stream on? Because this is the one with 7,000. Oh, you're right. It is DSP Gaming. I don't even remember him making that switch. Oh, you're right. 62,000 videos. Whoops. But it's just, I don't know, it's not the same as like the Boogie situation, because this is just what he does. That is his whole brand. Thanks to resub Migzim and Pugno and Andy, the Bits Bingy. Boogie's been losing subs every month. Boogie's been losing subs since September 2017. Has it been 2017? I thought it started in like 2018. But yeah, it's been a long time. I know, it's been a long time. You checked on Wayback Machine, which was smart.
I think that's essentially the whole just, you know, I don't think there's anything else really says about DSP. I think the main crux of the point was him talking about, you know, Bill, Boogie even.
He not only jerked off, he blew a load and then immediately just started streaming. It was
well, yes, that's definitely about Phil. So there definitely was one thing Phil related still that Moist said.
fucking... that was like an actual top G maneuver, unironically. That guy goes so hard for that.
And then that's the end of the clip essentially. That was it, you know. So there, that's what Moist had to say about Phil on his own content, his own stream. And Phil naturally is salty about it. So he's going to mention it today apparently. So yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to see what he's going to try and say to try and counter this, debunk this. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god, Darksy, what the fuck have you created? Oh my... Well, I'm gonna go off that. Jesus sweet my god, you fucking bleached my eyes. Right, I'm just gonna pick a bingo card. But by the way, there's no music right now, by the way. There's no meerkat music in the background. I can't get it to work. Excited is our word of the day. Let me try music one more time. I don't know why, but for the life of me, I can't get this music to play. None of it wants to play. I've got all the music, all the songs downloaded, and my media player is saying I don't have permission to access the file, even though it's my fucking file that I downloaded. You know, I downloaded the damn thing so I could play the goddamn music for you guys in the background, and then my Windows Media Player is just saying, you know what? No, you don't get to play that file after all, but it's my fucking file. I downloaded the goddamn thing so I could play fucking music, you fuckers. I don't understand why it's been like this. I don't know. Excited is a word that we're going to use anyway, so we'll just fucking do it for now. Need a number between 1 and 232, guys. Also, I've removed 3 different things from the full list. I have removed Allow Me to Explain. I have removed... what else have I removed? Allow Me to Explain. There was something else, can't mind. Quality content was the first number I saw with 200, so we're going to do a 200 bingo card. I've removed 3 different things anyway from the whole list to hopefully make things a bit better for us. So, the 200 bingo card is this one actually. This is the bingo card we've got for today's stream. We've got no exaggeration, friend, content, people saying engagement. Idiot, what I mean by that is addition, him doing a creepy whisper, and him saying example, then him burping, saying okay, snort, defense mode, and that being said. Then him doing a good old leg slap, the voice crack, him touching his face, and him saying good news, and him doing a dumb close-up. And finally him repeating the same point constantly, him saying wrong, excited, positive, and members. I think this is a very decent card, especially considering that Phil has lost members today. He is down to 906 members. The member drop he finally we were expecting for the end of September. Sorry, end of October. Because he got gifted 20 members at the very end of September, it finally kicked in right after the end of October, essentially, as I'm saying. So now today's the 1st of November, it's a brand new month. And yeah, this is 906 members is what Phil is currently at. He wants 1,025, although he's got to try and navigate getting those members in time before the massive member drop is going to come to him on the 19th of November. So yeah, there you go. I am going to save the bingo card before we lose a goddamn thing. I would normally play fucking music for you, but it doesn't want to let me play music. It's so annoying. Like, I've got all the fucking songs here. This is infuriating. Like, every single song I've got downloaded here doesn't want to like... Here we go. Okay, it's letting me fucking play that. It's not letting me play the playlist, for whatever reason. I can play songs individually, but it's not letting me fucking play the playlist. Let me just go with this one. No, it's not letting me play that, for fuck's sake. It's not letting me play that, not letting me play that, not letting me play that. It's not letting me play that.
Right now, for the next week, I'm literally strapped for cash. The only money I'll have is tips coming in on the streams. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. So now in the next few days, I have to raise money to pay my utilities. And then, you know, see what I mean? Like, this is how it is for me. Yet these shitheads out there want to fucking fuck with me behind the scenes, ruin all kinds of financial shit for me. Then on top of that, make stuff up to try to make me sound like a terrible person on the internet.
To make money, I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to
Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes. I have to pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill.
I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills, bitch. Pay Ben
Taxes,
I have to pay Ben bills, bitch.
day to day, tips to tips, to pay bills and things. Eventually things will get better. But kind of stuck right now with how things are. That's why I'm trying to
Make money, I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben
taxes,
bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to.
if you want to sit here and you want to pretend like you're holier than thou, I'm better than those content creators, man. Because I have a job where I work 9 to 5 and I bust my ass at my job and I earn a paycheck, man. And then I come home. See, I'm not on the internet begging for money all day, man. See, I'm better than them, man. No, you're not any better. Everyone's the same. No one's better than anybody else. Get your ass out there and fucking work, bitch.
Why do I say I'm not a children's entertainer? Because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer.
Big up Skier Cat.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight. It's out of control tonight.
Gentlemen, now it is time. It's a segment that everyone looks forward to. One of the highest rated segments of all time that I've ever done. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Phil's day off.
What's up, Piggy? Let's get it started.
Big up Skier Cat.
It's my day off. Might leave the camera on and jerk off. It's my day off. Spend money on posing damn shit. It's my day off. Might go out with my bitch wife. Can't give me money today. Give me money today.
This is where my fucking money goes to every month. Garbage dump, grocery shopping, pay my taxes, pet store, pay my bills, blowing his money on mobile games, blowing his money on this and that. I'm spending all this money buying DoorDash for my business. I need to put disgusting food in the mouths of my family members. Obviously, I need tips. Yes, I spend money on mobile games. Okay? These are my life priorities. Pay my taxes.
It's my day off. Might leave the camera on and jerk off. It's my day off. Spend money on posing damn shit. It's my day off. Might go out with my bitch wife. Can't give me money today.
Obviously, I need tips.
Give me money today.
This is where my fucking money goes to every month.
Shout out to the trolls.
For those who contributed, thank you. It would be great if we get a few more tips. To make up earlier today, we
or Dark City Phil.
Hi, my name is... What? My name is... Who? My name is...
Dark Sea Devil.
Hi, my name is... What? My name is... Who? My name is...
Dark Sea Devil.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. I'm DSP, and it is November, and look what already happened. I knew this was going to happen with the new setup and the new lighting and everything going on. How's everyone today? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the show. Today is indeed November 1st, 2022, and today we have a lot to talk about on the show because today is essentially the fallout from yesterday's Halloween marathon, which was a very exciting event. Lots of people stopped by. Lots of people hung out and enjoyed a variety of games, enjoyed my Halloween costume, the episode of Feasting with the King. It went really well, all right? So if you were not here yesterday, all right, I urge you, give it a look. All the videos from the Halloween marathon yesterday are live here on DSP Gaming. We're going to talk a little bit about that, recap it a little bit on the show today. Also going to talk about the week coming up and all the how I'm covering the games that I need to get through before we tackle new games in about a week's time. In fact, exactly 1 week from today is our next major new release for this pretty crazy busy gaming season. And so I want to at least try to beat one of the games I'm playing now before we take on a new one. I got a major segment on the podcast today where I'm going to be addressing a particular YouTuber who a lot of people talked or messaged me during yesterday's marathon about, saying that they had said stuff about me. What did they think about that? I'm going to address that on the show today. There's going to be a whole segment about it. It goes right in line with what I was saying exactly, well, a little over 1 week ago now, when I said to you guys, hey, I know for a fact there's a ton of misconceptions about me on the internet that not only little small-time haters and fucking assholes say, but we're talking ginormous YouTubers, streamers, even, channels that are supposed to be reputable journalism, which it's obvious they're not when all they do is regurgitate detractor memes about me without vetting any information. And so I want to talk about this because it's hurtful, it's concerning, and it's exactly what I was talking about a week ago when I said I want a chance to go public and have a public interview with someone, like that, so that basically I can clear the air about all the misconceptions about me, so at least my side of the story is out there. And hey, if you don't believe me or whatever, that's fine. That's your choice, but at least my side will be out there. Right now, it's not. Right now, it's all you hear is the negativity from people about me, and you don't hear the other side of the story, okay? So, we're going to talk about that today. There's going to be a segment about it. And by the way, just for the record, I actually have no ill will or negative feelings towards this particular person, as you'll see, all right? So that's going to be part of the show today, and if we have time at the end, we're going to do some Q&A. Today's gameplay stream is a Plague Tale Requiem, which I very, very much have been waiting to play again. If you remember last week, we were at a critical point in the story. We're on this island that you've been trying to get to the whole game, where your brother has been having these dreams about it, that there's some bird that looks like a phoenix that apparently is going to lead him to some kind of water or some kind of cure for his condition. The sickness that allows him to control rats, but it's going out of control now. You get to the island and there's this weird cultish religion there, and we were just about to find out what it was. We were literally a minute away from the big reveal of what this religion actually is, and my TV died live on stream. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You want to talk about worst timing? Right when we're about to get the big reveal of what's going on in the game, that happens. Like, son of a bitch, right? So, that is definitely one of the things we're doing today, is we're trying to continue on with that game. I think I want to say I'm around 13 to 14 hours into it, and all the reports said the game is roughly 20 hours long. If I maybe do 2 major streams, maybe 3, we should beat it this week. So I'm actually going to do 1 today, 1 when I come back from my break on Friday, probably if we need another one on Sunday, and that'll wrap it up, hopefully, because I want to complete, like I said, one of these games by the time the new games come out next week. I think this would be the one to wrap up, okay? So I'm definitely excited for that. I hope you guys are too. We've been waiting almost a freaking week for this. And then on the late stream tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, we're continuing on with the cool campaign of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which I played 3 hours of the other day, and it was quite good. I actually really like the campaign. It has throwbacks to the old Modern Warfare campaigns. It has some modernizations. Graphics are great. I'm really enjoying it. Can't wait for more tonight, okay? So that's what we got on today's schedule. I hope that sounds good for everyone. As you guys can see behind me, today's November 1st. That means we are done with the Halloween month festivities. They are over. And that means that now we are fully in the midst. Did you just notice something? Hold on a second here. Yup, it is the light. It's the Pac-Man light that's doing this to my setup. I think now it's even worse because the light's in a different position now. So now I don't think it's going to go. Look. What? Wait, what? It's not the light. What is causing the white balance to change? Look at that. It's not the light. I thought it was. It totally looked like it was, right? I mean, I'm not crazy. Never mind. It's not the light. Should I leave it on or turn it? You guys let me know if you want me to leave the light on or leave it off. It actually looks pretty good off, I think. Right? And it's not too distracting. The reason I'm bringing this up is you can see the Halloween festivities are over. October was a great month. I absolutely love October because we do all the Halloween events. We do special decorations, special animations. The month is over. We went back to the regular decorations. But look, take a look at how different it looks. Did you notice? Because I'm using the new webcam that was donated last month. And look how clear and crisp everything looks in the background. Look at how good the color is, right? It pops now. You can actually see the detail in everything that's around me because the camera is much better. So I'm very pleased with the fact that now the setup looks much, much better with this camera. So 2 thumbs up there. And, you know, now you get to actually see everything in the background, which used to always be blurry, right? Now, another thing that has changed as of today, all of the animations are now more generic. They're not Halloween themed anymore, but I hope that you guys enjoyed those Halloween themed animations. They were really cool. I have now streamlined all animations. Okay? Allow me to explain. I'm using the same service for all of my animations now. They're all going through the same side of the... Why am I yellow? What just happened? Why did I change colors? Really, what triggered it? This is really driving me fucking nuts. Hopefully it'll stay now. Anyway. All the animations are now through one service, and they're all going to show up right here in this corner of the screen. It doesn't matter if it's a super chat, a super sticker, a membership, or a tip. All of those animations will now show in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. And as of last night, I amended the text. The text is now a hell of a lot more legible. I'm well aware that it used to kind of be illegible, and people would have to squint to see what it said. Now it's actually much better text, you'll see. In particular... That wasn't me. That was outside. In particular, it's the tips that the text was always kind of screwed up. Well, now it should easily say a supporter tipped and the amount. All right. And now we have animations. Listen to this. For all these following levels. Okay. $4.20, $5, $6.66, $10, $20, $30, $50, $100, $150, $200. Those are the levels that we have animations. Now, I still have to manually play the tip animations. That's not going to change. But as of yesterday, I spent a lot of extra time after the marathon setting this up. So now they all are easily on one screen at a glance for me, so I can easily pick it. So I'm going to do a test now because I'm just curious. Let's see what it looks like. Let's say someone is incredibly generous and tips me $50. See how easily readable the text is now? See that? I think what I want to do is move it up like that. There we go. See that? I think that's pretty good, right? Good? I'm going to test another one because I didn't test them all yesterday. Let's see what this one looks like. Pretty good. Now, keep in mind, see, depending on what's behind the text, it makes it more legible. You see that? So if it's like dark there, it's easier to read. If it's light, like right now it's white, it's a little harder to read. But at least I made the text way better. Right, exactly right, Scallop Potatoes. He says, good thing you just moved it up, because when I stream, I have an auto logo of DSP Gaming in the bottom right-hand corner, and it blocks it. You're right. So that's why I just moved it up a little bit to try to get that. Is it good now? It's not touching now, is it? Let's test another one. Let's test this one. Is it out of the way of the logo, or do I have to move it slightly more? doing a live test here with my audience. Excuse me. That's what I like to do. I like to do it live. I want an 8-ball animation. That would be really cool, Dacky. I agree with you. If I could get an $8 animation to ask the 8-ball a question, that'd be great. And we'll talk about that in a second. Actually, we'll just talk about it now. The reason he wants an $8 animation is because the Magic 8-ball is now part of the streams. If you tip $8 or more and you ask for me to ask the Magic 8-ball a question, I will do that for you. So, for example, today, will we be satisfied with the answers that we're going to get, all right, on today's episode or today's stream of Plague Tale? Will we be satisfied with the answers? Ask again later. You fucking... That thing is really, really upsetting. Okay. All right. So. All right. I don't even know what this is. Just going to get rid of this idiot. Okay. Now. So. How does it? Did that look good? Was that good positioning? Let me know. If you guys think the positioning needs to be moved a little bit, let me know. What I'm trying to do is basically get everything streamlined. Because as you know, the last year and a half has been incredibly tumultuous, right? Having to find a service I can use for animations. Can't get tips through this one. Can't get tips through that one. I just wanted to kind of like settle in and work now. And have one setup for everything. Rather than fucking moving around with a million things. Okay. So hopefully it works now. And it looks good, right? That looked good. So we can just use the one. And I don't have to have pop-ups on both sides of the screens. I don't have the positioning weird. I don't have the text illegible. I tried to make it a little better for you guys for November. All right. So that's how it's going to be this month. Now in December, that's when we bring the Christmas stuff. We'll have Christmas events. You know, we'll have Christmas animations. We'll have all kinds of Christmassy stuff coming next month. Okay. Cool. All right. So good stuff there. Now, all that being said, I'm excited for November. All right. We have many things to talk about for the month of November. We do. All right. So first of all, schedule-wise, we already know today it's Plague Tale Requiem, and tonight it's Modern Warfare 2 campaign. Tomorrow, we're going back to Gotham Knights for the mainstream. And tomorrow night, it's going to be more Modern Warfare 2. I don't know if we're going to need more time for the campaign or we can do multiplayer or maybe some of both. It depends, but that's what we're going to do. Excuse me. I'm off.
Yeah, that's a wee bingo there. Just in case you didn't realise, that's a bingo there for the horizontal line across the middle of the board. So I've got a first bingo of the day. Card's going quite well so far, I think. You know what I mean? Not a bad card whatsoever.
Off from streaming Thursday. Friday, we're going to do more Plague Tale Requiem, and it's going to be Friday night firefights. I came up with a new idea. Since there's no more Friday night fights, we're retiring old school Street Fighter for the time being because the game gets no play. No one's playing the damn thing. Instead, it's going to be Friday night firefights, where every Friday night I play a first-person shooter or a game that's action-based like that. Right now, it's going to be Modern Warfare 2, all right? And so we're going to do multiplayer Modern Warfare 2 Friday night. And I would like to do that moving forward, like every Friday night. I think that'd be a good idea. Now, I also want to play Modern Warfare 2 more than just once a week, but at least this would set aside one day a week where we're definitely going to be doing something like that, okay, moving forward. So, Friday night firefights on Friday night Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. So then what I'm going to do over this week is alternate. It's either going to be Plague Tale Requiem or Gotham Knights on the main streams. And then the night streams is going to be Modern Warfare 2 and Disney Dreamlight Valley. We are going to have some chill Disney Dreamlight Valley this week coming up. Now, 1 week from today, excuse me, is the release of Sonic Frontiers. Absolutely, yes, I'm playing Sonic Frontiers at release. I'm excited to see if it's any good. There's so many different ideas and conceptions about this game out there. I absolutely want to get my own.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells for Super Chat. It says, is Phil finally admitting his version of Street Fighter is dead? Pretty much. He has finally thrown in a towel, and he's accepted defeat. He can no longer, ignore the reality of the situation that nobody's really interested in playing that old game. But he's going to replace it with, COD, essentially.
Own hands on it and play it and see if I like it for myself. So that's going to be a week from today. And then a week from tomorrow is the release of God of War Ragnarok. Yeah. Huge. Exciting, right? And I cannot wait for that. So those are the next two big new releases. That's why I want to finish Plague Tale Requiem over the course of the next week. So at least one of these games that's ongoing is completed, and I don't have, seriously, like 3 or 4 games lingering while I'm already jumping into another 2. All right? So there you have it. Now, what else do we have to talk about for here in November? We've got a new members goal, 1,025 members. All right? We had 1,030 something. I think it was 1,036. This is definitely attainable because we only need a little bit over 100 members to join to hit this goal. What is the reward if we hit 1,025? The Christmas Marathon event. It's an annual event that I do every year if we hit the funding level for support. And what is it? It's a marathon held right before Christmas, typically the weekend right before or a couple days before. I play a variety of games you guys nominate. All right, so whatever you guys want to see, and it could be any kind of game. All right. I also dress up in costume. I wear holiday themed sweaters, t-shirts, hats. All right, and I drink. It's the only stream all year long where you can see me actually imbibing myself with liquor on a stream. To various levels of results. Some years I get completely sloshed, and other years it's not that big of a deal. It all depends on what I get. But anyway, so that's an exciting event. Also, I usually do a holiday-themed DSP Tries It. I may do that this year, or we may do a Feasting with the King, or we may do both. It all depends. Because maybe I'll go to the store and get something that's holiday-themed, like a treat or something for DSP Tries It, but maybe we'll also order a meal and do a Feasting with the King. All right? Pretty cool. So that's what we're working towards this year. If you're not a member, I would hope you would consider it, really. So many benefits, including, a chat crown badge to show how long you're a supporter, highlighted name both in chat and in the comments of videos, access to all my emotes in chat and the comments of videos, not having to abide by slow mode rules in the chat. You can talk as much as you want. And then having priority for special events. For example, for the Halloween event that just happened yesterday, it was the members who actually selected, I believe it was Proteus. No, it was Dead by Daylight. It was the members who selected Dead by Daylight to be in that marathon. So thanks to the members who picked that. Members will always be able to pick a priority game for one of these marathon events. So this month, members would pick a game that would absolutely be in the Christmas event. Okay? Okay, now, thanks in advance to anyone who becomes a member or re-ups their membership or gifts memberships. Gift memberships are a thing here on YouTube. It's a great way not only, obviously, to help out the channel, but also to help out your fellow viewer. It is the holiday season. We're heading into the season of giving. Maybe you want to gift a few memberships and help your fellow people who will also like the streams. It's a great way to do that, okay? Now, I'll be honest with everyone. I was actually hoping that at some point, things would stop being so chaotic, things would stop being so stressful and dramatic, and I'd be able to sit down and maybe design or have someone design for me some merchandise so I could actually sell some shirts and merch during this holiday season. That didn't happen. Just being honest with all of you. I wish I could have done it. It didn't happen. There was too much going on behind the scenes in regards to things such as, dealing with false copyright strikes, fucking car breaking down, other things breaking down all around me, having to deal with all this nonsense and stress. I didn't have any free time to really sit down and work on anything like that. Because people actually in the last year have expressed an interest to buy DSP merch again. Last year, as you know, I stopped having any kind of a relationship with Teespring or Spring or whatever the hell they're called today. Who knows? When the internet tried to cancel me for literally no reason. And I told you guys, well, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to rush into getting any new kinds of merch or anything. Let's let the air settle a bit. Let's let the hatred die down. Allow me to try to rebrand myself in 2022 so that all those negative stereotypes and stigmas that used to be associated with me, especially some of my old monikers and things, could be forgotten. And then maybe we could come back fresh and do it again. I had planned to do it during this holiday season. It hasn't happened. All right. By the way, if anyone is ever interested in designing any kind of logos or anything for merchandise for me, let me know. It's a matter of discussing what it would be, whether it would be a donation of that stuff or even any kind of a monetary arrangement, me buying art from someone. It's possible, but I'd have to be interested. The thing is, over the years, I kind of got burned. I never really told you guys the full story back in the day, but you remember when I first started opening the merch store that I had in like 2017, 2018, when I became a full-time streamer, some people submitted artwork that was free, and some people charged me for art. All right. I'm not even kidding you. The art that was always submitted for free sold, and the art I paid for never sold. Whatever I paid for, no one bought it. So I spent arguably within a year to a year and a half's time over $100 on art for the shirts, and I didn't sell any of those, or I sold like one or two of those. While it was always the fans who were so passionate about what they were doing, they would make free art, and then all of a sudden those would sell for whatever reason. I don't know, but I'm not against it. I'm not against paying someone for their graphic design skill if it's art that I like and I think is going to sell. But at this point, I mean, it's a moot point. Like it's already November. What would be the point of setting up a shop now? I mean, how much am I going to sell? Probably not that much. And I have had no one who's even contacted me about art or anything like that. So all I would say is, sadly, probably not this season unless there's a miracle that happens. But I know some people were interested. I don't think so. Not this year. Maybe next year. All right. Or maybe if, next year, if there's like a campaign or rebranding or something, I don't know. We have to see. Right. I'm just happy that this year I definitely started disassociating myself from a lot of those negative monikers and things, and people don't really say that shit anymore, and I'm happy about that. It certainly still hasn't helped my public image, but at least people can stop trying to say the fucked up stuff, right? Okay. So that's that. I'm just trying to think, is there anything other odds and ends or anything I want to talk about today? Before we get into the meat of the podcast, which is going to be a segment about, like I said, this major YouTuber and the misconceptions about me and stuff like that. Not really. I don't think so. I wanted to talk about the Halloween marathon. Duh. Boy, I'm just jumping the gun here. So yesterday, I want to say thank you to anyone who was here for the marathon. It was great. I had a great chill time with all of you. First of all, the feedback that I got is that basically my costume is the best I've ever had. Personally, I feel that the Ken Masters costume that I wore yesterday is the best one I've ever worn for a Halloween event. I would say second place was probably Ezio Auditore, and then probably third was like Colonel Sanders. But I definitely think that was the best costume. I wore it all day, right? It was silly looking as hell. I looked so dumb in it, but that's kind of the point, is to get a good laugh. It was fun to play the games in the outfit. I was actually able to play all the games in the outfit, which was nice because I was worried that the gloves and the hair was going to hinder that. But I had a good time. I hope that you guys did too. And thank you to anyone who attended and supported. All right, and thank you to anyone who maybe is watching the videos on demand. I know what'll happen is it'll slowly get more viewership over the course of the week. The thing is, it was a variety. It wasn't like a react event. It was a variety event. So maybe you're interested in one of the games and not the other three. And I totally get that. Some people will watch, I'm interested in him playing, Dead by Daylight, but I could care less about the darkness. So that's going to happen. You're going to have a split viewer base when you're watching that event. And I totally get that. But I did put all of that into one playlist. So if you want to watch the podcast where I reveal the costume, the gameplay, the Feasting with the King, more gameplay, and then the epilogue video, it's all in one Halloween 2022 super list of like 6 to 7 hours of content if you want to watch that, okay? Man, what a day. It was a great day, but man, it pooped me because then when I was done with that, I had to upload. I had to do all my normal work, which is like the new schedule, the short schedule, all that for the next day. Then I had to change the background. Then I had to redo all the animations for the new month and edit all the text and everything. And I was in here, I'm not kidding, I was in here from 10:45 a.m. to 10 p.m. last night. Okay? My wife was not happy. She wanted me to relax with her after the marathon was over. I was like, yeah, but I got to do this stuff or else I'm not going to be ready for tomorrow. I'm still going to have Halloween stuff, So it is what it is. It was a great event. By the way, thank you to anyone who supported the event in any way. The support was quite good. Zero complaints from me. Like, literally zero. Everything went really well, swimmingly. And that's a good thing, right? Now, remember, our next event, because there is already another event planned for this month, very exciting, is Black Friday. So Thanksgiving is Thursday, November 24th. And what I'm planning on doing then is a holiday edition of Ask the King, where I'm going to answer your questions in my Q&A show for the first half of the day. For the second half of that day, I'm not going to stream, because I'm going to take it off to spend time with my wife and have a nice Thanksgiving dinner together. But then on Friday, November 25th, it's going to be Black Friday. And so I'm going to do the special event marathon, DSP's Adpocalypse. All right? What it's going to be is me reacting to advertisements all month long. And you, yes, you, are going to be the ones who are going to nominate said advertisements. All right. Now, I didn't have a chance to really set anything up yet, because what I actually want to do is do a community post and immediately have a command that's going to auto-populate in the chat all month, so you guys could click on it and then post up your favorite ads from the past. All right. Look on YouTube. There's hundreds of thousands of them. You can find all these retro advertisements and all this kind of stuff. And so, it's going to be a really fun event. Me reacting to ads from the past, the 80s, the 90s, and I'm not just talking like, a product placement for a toothbrush. I'm talking retro toys, television shows, movies, all kinds of stuff that it's going to be really fun to react to that stuff. In addition, I know there's some very wacky international ads out there that are very different from what we would watch in the United States, and I'd like to react to some of that stuff too. So, I'm not ready for that yet. All right? This week, basically, I'm going to set that up, where there's going to be a community post where you can post up a link to the videos you would like me to review. I am going to review those and make a running playlist of ads we're going to watch on that marathon day. Sorry, my eye's itching. And that day, there'll be other special things going on too. Maybe we'll do Feasting with the King. Maybe we'll do other stuff as well. We'll think about it. Okay? All right, so that's coming. DSP's Ad Apocalypse on Black Friday. I'm excited for that event. Hope you guys are too. And we'll start to get hype for it. All right? Like I said, I'll set that up sometime this week so you guys can start on that. Fair enough? All right. Now I think I've covered everything. All right? Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So that's correct. There's two different things, because I just got asked by Mr. Bluestein, would you have permission to watch those ads? It depends on the age of the ad. It depends on fair use policy. So, for example, if it's an ad from like the 80s or 90s, it's not an active thing anymore. That ad campaign is defunct. Likely that ad agreement doesn't even exist anymore between that ad agency and the company that the ad was made for. And as long as it's within the realm of fair use, like I'm watching it and I'm reviewing it, then it's all allowed. If I were just literally ripping ads and reposting them on my channel with absolutely nothing to change them as a transformative work, they absolutely would not be allowed. All right, but it is considered transformative work, and especially when you do older ads too. Because if it's a brand new ad, yeah, people could tend to be upset about, I just put it up and now you got it. But if I want to do ads from the past, that's the whole point of the event, is to be nostalgic, kind of laugh at the old ads. You know what I mean? Exactly. Dacky says, "Where's the beef?" Yeah, that was an old ad campaign from the 1980s, and it'll be funny to watch some of those commercials and react to them and see how stupid they were. Because man, they were stupid. I remember them being on TV and be like, "What?" Anyway. Yes, that's one of the points I would like to do there. So, let's see here.
Shut up, bitch!
I had one other thing I wanted to talk about before I got to the segment about the YouTuber. All right. As you guys know, I am seeking to get an interview on the internet by someone prominent and someone with an audience to get my word out about my side of the story when it comes to all the very slanderous, negative things said about me on the internet on a daily basis. Okay, so I'm still fielding offers. I still have some offers coming in, but I'm talking with several people as well. At this point, I'm very busy with all these releases, so I probably can't do it right now anyway, but I've told people who I'm interested in, this is, I'll get back to you, this is, I'm interested in doing it with you or whatever. And I've got a few candidates right now. Well, all of a sudden, in the last 2 days, all right, I started getting emails. I started getting people super chatting in my chat saying, "Phil, you should do your interview with Mr. Metokur or Metakur." All right. Now, I don't know who this guy is. All I know is the name rings a bell because people used to tell me years ago he was an asshole to me. He was a real scumbag, really being nasty to me. He was basically being like a detractor. All right. Now, not that he particularly focused only on me, but apparently I was one of the running meme things that he did in his content and shows. And basically, he was really nasty. All right. Now, I haven't heard from this guy in a million years. I don't know anything about him, and I don't listen to his content, but I haven't heard about this guy in a long time.
He said content, that's another fucking bingo. Hooray, content. Finally, fucking waiting for that for ages. We are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we're 8 away from a full house, and we're about to start a very interesting kind of rant towards not only Metica right now, but then MoistCritical, so yeah, it should be interesting. Here we fucking go.
All of a sudden in the last 24 to 48 hours, I get tons of people who are either emailing me about it or who are like actually super chatting on the stream saying things like, oh, you should do your interview with him. He's really interested. He's really interested in interviewing you, right? Now, my answer has been very simple. If he's interested in interviewing me, he should contact me. He hasn't. You know, if he wants to interview me, reach out, email me, or you know, DM me on Twitter if he can, because I don't know anything about the guy. Maybe I banned him years ago if he was a scumbag to me. You know, reach out, contact me, let me know you're interested. Let's talk it out, right? That hasn't happened. It's been probably over 48 hours since people started telling me this guy supposedly is interested in emailing or interviewing me. Nothing. No contact, nothing, all right? So, as you know, that's it. That's where I leave it. If I ever hear from the guy, then maybe I'll consider it. So, I received a detailed message overnight from someone. I'm not going to give their name. I'm not going to give details about it. I'm just going to read you what the message says, all right? I'm just going to read you the message. That's it, all right? You ready for this? Here we go. There's a guy named Mr. Metaker. He's also known as Jim. He was also known as Brightside Bob in the past. I didn't even know that. I knew that there were people who were like Brightside Bill, Brightside Bob, and they all made fun of me back in the day. But I didn't know that this particular guy was one of them. Apparently, he was one of the bigger ones. Okay? He said on one of his streams that he wants to interview you about your trolls, your online legacy, and drama. His gimmick is that he puts the spotlight on lolcows, and then his audience, like people on Kiwi Farms, 4chan, and 8chan, destroy those people. He's done it to countless people, even to the point of suicide with Randy Greer. Now, keep in mind, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm not confirming or denying this is real. I'm just reading a message from someone who sent me a message overnight. Don't take this as me saying this is true. I know nothing about the situation. I don't know.
This is incredibly irresponsible of Phil to not even try and verify what he is putting out to his audience of 200,000 subscribers. That's like me, you know, saying to you guys, I received an email about Phil who apparently likes dressing up in drag and getting pegged up the arse. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying I got an email telling me apparently that's what Phil is into. That'd be kind of irresponsible for me to put out there, wouldn't it? Whether it's true or not is not the point. It's about the fact that he is, you know, putting his information out there, not bothering to try and verify it, and then, well, it's a cop-out. Basically, try to say, do I have anything to do with Medicare? I'm going to use it as a cop-out. War Dog's saying he's trying to give a point as to why he won't now do an interview with Medicare, even contacts him. Pretty much exactly that's what I was saying. Clyde Dale says he just got an email saying you fuck sheep every time we play bingo. Thank you very much, Clyde Dale. No sheep were, you know, violated in the making of his bingo. Yet.
Know who this person is or anything, okay? This is what I'm being told, okay? Let's continue. He has to always delete his YouTube stream afterward because of the multiple severe terms of service violations on every stream that he has, an extremely racist chat that spams the N-word. At this point, he's been banned off of Twitter for the time being, and his main hub now is on the website Odyssey. Anyway, enough of his backstory. He's basically trying to either ambush you with all the drama questions or sneak on other detractors to surprise you. I wouldn't get lured in with this idea that he's king of the trolls and wants to give you a fair shake, plus point the barrel towards the trolls instead. He knows the crowd wants your blood, and he's been keen on people pleasing. During his interview pitch, he actually treated the mobile game rumor about you as if it were pure facts. He's also made fun of your wife in the past. He's not a good faith. This is not a good faith offer. Your usual trolls will just keep trying to convince you to do it, so keep an eye out. All right. So here's the thing. All right. After I got this email, I just happened to jump on YouTube and search for the guy. And all I could find in regards to him and me was the most toxic shit I've ever seen. This guy, as far back as 8 years ago, yes, as far back as when I moved across the country from Connecticut to Washington, was making toxic ass content about me, benefiting from slandering me, you know, saying really nasty things about myself and other people who I associate with. Basically a scumbag. I know nothing about this guy's personal situation at all. All I'm judging on is based on what I saw with a 5-minute search on YouTube, and what I saw was some of the most toxic, worthless content I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe that anyone would watch that kind of shit, but then again, that's the vast majority of shit. That's a lot of popular stuff on YouTube, right? So I'm looking at it and I'm just shaking my head like, what would possess someone like this to want to interview me? It's obvious.
I might be out of loop here, but as far as I was aware, Medicare hasn't bothered doing anything DSP related in a long time. Also, I knew, also, I was very aware he was Brightside Bob as well. I was there at a time when he made fun of not only Phil, but he made fun of Sons of Kojima. He completely destroyed Fred Fox before Fred Fox and Sons of Kojima got cancelled. It was Medicare that coined the phrase, describing Fred Fox. They called him Futa Fred. I can remember that. It's a little nickname that, Fred hated. It was given to him by Medicare. But it's one of those things where, but as far as I'm aware, Medicare has not really bothered his arse about Phil's antics for quite a long time. Not seriously anyway. So it's a strange one that Phil's still hold on to such a long grudge here.
Yes, it's because they want to basically do a setup where they're going to just attack me, So no, I'm not doing an interview with this guy. By the way, he never asked me anyway. So that'd be a complete waste of my time to even bother with this guy. So I would not consider interviewing with him. Only on the sole focus that if you look back, you can see so much hateful content he made about me. This isn't like, okay, let me give you some perspective here. You can look at someone like Destiny, all right? Destiny is a guy who over the years, he listened to all the Detractor memes about me and he's talked about them every once in a while. Yeah, it's hurtful when he does. But does he fucking sit there and make a series of hateful videos? Does he every moment keep making fun of me? Does he really No, he's kind of casually hear about something, talk about it, and he moves on. All right? That's called normal human behavior. That's not obsessive behavior. That's not slanderous behavior. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, that's just one example. There's other people out there as well who are kind of the same. And those are the kind of people who I may be interested in talking with in my interview. Not someone who literally campaigned to slander me to get personal benefit. Like Rich from Review Tech USA, or, like Keemstar this year. Like, these people are out of their fucking minds if they think that I would do an interview with them. They're nuts, Anyway, so that's the deal with that. No, I'm not doing an interview with this guy, Mr. Mitoker, or whatever the hell his name is. That's off the table. Okay. So now, ladies and gentlemen, what I would like to do now is do the segment about what I discovered yesterday after people telling me what I need to do. I took a couple quick notes. Let me go grab them. I've left them over here by accident. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to start a segment of this show that essentially is about a particular YouTuber who talked about me on stream a day or two ago. It's exactly in line with what I was talking about a week ago when I said people have misconceptions about me and I would like to do a public interview to clear them up. I'm sure people are going to clip this segment of the podcast. I'm not surprised if that happens. And I'm absolutely sure people will send this segment of the podcast to this individual because this individual has admitted in their stream that they're up on the stuff about me. I don't think they necessarily watch my content, but they watch the Detractor videos about me. That's unfortunate. All right, so let's talk a little bit about that. So the name of the person on YouTube.
I like right before it begins. I'm sorry for pausing right before we begin to fucking talk about it, but I like how Phil is just flat out assuming that MoistCritical cannot fucking take his own time to make a decision based on what he thinks is the accurate depiction of Phil Burnell. He thinks that MoistCritical has been brainwashed by us evil detractors, because it's only our content that MoistCritical has surely seen, and he's probably never seen a goddamn single video on DSP's own channel on its own right ever. That's what Phil thinks. Phil thinks that he has got the entirety of his information and what based on us evil detractors. He is assuming that MoistCritical cannot form his own opinion, based on whatever he wants to take in. And he's essentially painting the detractors as all evil and brainwashing and all that shit. The thing that, he pretended to accuse him of, trying to, hypnotise people into fucking giving him money, is now fucking saying that MoistCritical has been, hypnotised into only believing what us evil detractors are saying and nothing else. I just had to kind of point out there this kind of strange fucking. He's like baby. It's like baby hands, towards like. He's completely making MoistCritical seem like some sort of child that can't form his own opinion. It's a bizarre take for Phil to try and ask someone like this, but it's Phil Burnell.
It's funny because their name is MoistCritical, And I've seen videos from MoistCritical before, and I think the guy is very charismatic. He's funny. He's informative. His content's good. His delivery is good. And when he actually covers topics, it's always a variety of interesting stuff. He covers news. Yes, he does cover drama with YouTubers and the like, but he covers many, many topics. And basically his channel is like a variety channel. Okay? And I like it. Like I said, not that I follow it. I'm not subscribed to it. But I watch every once in a while. I watch random videos on YouTube. And he's someone who every once in a while, I would go and watch a video from him. And I don't think I've ever watched a video from him that I didn't like or thought was really bad or boring or you know what I'm saying? Like, he seems like a real guy. Okay? He's huge. He's got millions of subs. All right? Millions. Every video he puts out gets hundreds of thousands to millions of views. He's very popular on YouTube right now. I don't know how long this is. The weird thing is a lot of people get confused. His YouTube channel is called like Penguin Zero, but he goes by MoistCritical. Like, he has a million names. His real name, I guess, is Charlie, but he goes by like a million names. So it's confusing to try to figure it out, all right? But anyway, like I said, from what I've seen of the guy, seems like a real guy, great content. I got nothing negative to say there about him, all right? However, he did a quick segment, and every once in a while, he does bring me up. Usually, he brings me up in a meme. Like, he'll reference my accident in 2016, and he'll have a good laugh about it and say things like, you know, no one is like Darkside Phil. You name another person that could have something like that happen on a stream and then immediately go into his normal stream and act like nothing happened. Anyone else would be like insanely embarrassed, and they would, disappear from the internet, but Phil just didn't care and just kept on going, right? So I think that it's both positive and negative, because obviously it is a kind of a thing to say that someone basically never gives up. And I think that's kind of what, that's a meme that's been on the internet about me for a very long time, that no matter what happens, whatever life throws at me, I just keep going. I don't let anything bother me, right? But at the same time, yes, that's it was an embarrassing moment. It's a laughable moment, and everyone's always going to make fun of me forever. I'm never going to live it down. I accept that. It's 6 years later. I'm still here. You know, I didn't get canceled because of some stupid bullshit. Thank God the camera didn't pan down, right? I mean, holy shit. But he brings it up all the time whenever he's referencing me as a joke. I think the joke is funny. You know, there's nothing wrong there. The problem is the misconceptions about me that get spread all over the internet by my detractors in particular. And now we've got big channels like MoistCritical who reiterate those negative misconceptions and or take moments out of context as like, this is all who Phil is. And now everyone who watches his content believes that, and that's not fair. Now, by the way, I'm not angry at at this guy. I think that it's fair that he says what he says because he's watching content about me on the internet that's half-truths or falsities, all right? But he's believing it. So
he's allowed to fucking believe what he wants. You can't fucking brainwash people to fucking believe in what you don't fucking take. If people see something about you and they don't fucking like it, they're fucking entitled to believe that, Phil. It's not as if fucking we've like manipulated clips to fucking make you say some horrible fucking things completely out of context. Now, most times when you're fucking portrayed in Detractor clips, it is fucking raw, unfiltered Phil Bonnell making an ass of himself. There's no fucking two ways about it. People clip you making an ass of yourself. You put yourself into that situation. Phil is doing his absolute fucking best to kiss ass MoistCritical. The fact of the matter is, I think MoistCritical, Phil thinks that he is actually not too informed about DSP. Phil kind of thinks that Moist only knows the Detractor stuff about him. The fact of the matter is, Moist is a little bit better informed than Phil's aware of. Obviously, he's a big time YouTuber, yes, but he has got a lot of time to take in information, and he knows who DSP is. He's very aware of who Phil Burnell is.
Oh, I don't blame him. But what I want to do is clear up some of the things he said and then kind of have a follow-up, all right? And like I said, I'm sure people are going to send this to him now. I don't know if he's going to watch it in his content or not. Maybe he will. It would be nice if he did, so at least he gets a little bit of my side of the story, okay? What's funny is as soon as he starts talking about me, you know he doesn't know the truth because the first thing he says is, oh, I can't even play the clip I want to play about Phil because he's permabanned on Twitch, and if I play this, then I'll get in trouble. And I was like, huh? What is he talking about? Perma-banned on Twitch? I've never been banned on Twitch. Not once. I was suspended a few times for false copyright shit that got cleared up immediately. I was never banned from Twitch ever. So I'm just kind of scratching my head, and then I realized that's what the detractors say. They all say that I was perma-banned off of Twitch, and everyone believes it because that's what they've been saying for ever since.
No, we all fucking say the same thing. You were fucking banned from partnership. You got removed from YouTube partnership. You're eligible to apply again if you want to, but you're not. None of us have ever tried to fucking perpetrate that sort of strange false narrative. You could go back to Twitch any fucking time, even when you're a departnered, you could have stayed on Twitch. You chose not to. We are not spreading that false information, Phil. The only one it is you. Sometimes you say you're banned. You're banned from partnership, but you could reapply any fucking time now. You're eligible to apply now for partnership again if you wanted to. You don't want to though because Twitch is not as safe for you as YouTube is to stream on.
You know, here's the truth of what happened. All right, I was a full-time streamer on Twitch for 4.5 years. All right, and
please, Phil, please, pretty fucking please, Phil. Say you got banned on YouTube, Twitch partnership for no fucking reason. Try and fucking pretend that you've never done hateful slurs whatsoever, because we have a fucking huge library of evidence that counters that fucking point exactly. We know you got banned off Twitch for hateful slurs, or Twitch partnership for hateful slurs. So please try and pretend you never done any hateful slurs in your fucking life. Please, Phil, tell us that.
What ended up happening was my haters or detractors, whatever you want to call them, had an actual concerted effort. They banded together in the first half of 2021 to try to get me canceled off the internet when word started spreading that a lot of these businesses started to have a more liberal, left-leaning mentality to how they were run. So what they ended up doing was taking compilations of some things that I'd said over the years, some of which were over 10 years old.
And some of which were less than a year old. There's some recent stuff and there's some not so recent stuff, but all together to make a good compilation of Phil over years, old stuff and new stuff. It shows you're still the same toxic, horrible, racist piece of shit.
Okay, things that I had publicly apologized for, left, right, up, and down, and admitted they were horrible jokes I made a decade ago, things that I don't do anymore. And they started bombarding every business that I have any involvement with this slander campaign against me. So we're talking places like Twitch, places like Teespring, places like Streamlabs, you know, things that you need to operate.
Remember, Phil can't show evidence of any of this whatsoever, because if he does, he's going to put himself in harm's way. He's only going to say this is all as fact, but he's not going to fucking show evidence for it whatsoever. Just ignore all the evidence and facts that we have that we demonstrate and display for you guys. We always try and back up the things we say against Phil Burnell with evidence, but Phil, he can't ever provide evidence because he's going to hurt himself apparently if he does.
Operate an online business as a content creator. And systematically, each one of them started kicking me out. All right, Twitch kicked me out of the partner program, claiming that they had evidence that I have used hate speech. And I said, well, you're legally obligated to provide evidence of this, do so, and their legal team ghosted me. They felt, oh, Phil's not big enough to sue us for this, so we're just going to ghost him. So they did. You know, they knew I wasn't Dr. Disrespect. They knew I didn't have the clout and the money to sue them to try to get, you know, my name cleared up. So they just did it because they just could.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Barrett Wells, for Super Chat. It says, remember, 3-ish weeks ago, Phil said he was one of the most liberal streamers on Twitch. He's trying to retcon that already. Yeah, fucking Phil loves fucking putting his arse firmly on that pole right in the fucking middle between left and right. He loves riding that pole right down the fucking middle. Up and down as fast as he can fucking go. He never likes to fucking portray himself as left-leaning or right-leaning. He just fucking loves bouncing on that goddamn pole right down the fucking middle.
You know? And then on top of that, they did it to Teespring, which was, I guess it's now Spring. They just canceled my account. After having over 5-year relationship with Teespring selling t-shirts, none of which had anything negative on them or anything to do with anything hateful, they just canceled my account.
Okay, I actually know the answer to that one. You're inactive on your own Teespring store within the last like 6 months. You haven't touched your store whatsoever. You just waited to let it run there and you're hoping that fucking people would buy your shirts without even adding new shirts. In the terms of service of Teespring, they actually had it within the rights to fucking remove stores that were inactive after 6 months. You never fucking updated your store whatsoever. You never tried to fucking update your stock or inventory. You basically just ignored it and just hoped that fucking people just buy shirts randomly if you fucking kept a link somewhere. So because it's so inactive for that fucking long, they are within their right, within their own terms of service, which I read on stream before, I read it on video before, they were within the rights to say, okay, you know what, this guy doesn't use our store, he doesn't even update the store anymore, he's probably a dead account, let's just get rid of this. So that's on you, Phil. That's on you for not even trying to update your shirts or anything. You just let it sit there, you let it stagnate, it fucking, and they got rid of it because they just couldn't be arsed. They probably just thought to themselves, you know, this guy needs no updating anything, so fuck this guy. I fucking hate Army 88 short side. Good shout, Phil.
And I was like, I asked them why. They never answered why. They just gone. And then on top of that, Streamlabs, same thing. You know, pop-ups on a stream. Can't take tips through them anymore. You're kicked out. So it all happened at once. It was a big cloud clusterfuck of shit. And like I said, when I looked into it, I was actually contacted by someone who I'm still to this day, I'm not going to say who it is, but there's someone who was on the inside at Twitch and basically told me this is what happened, that these people bombarded Twitch and other businesses with this negative shit about me, and they all basically canceled me at the same time. So I can still stream on Twitch. Twitch didn't ban me. They just kicked me out of the partner program. I could have reapplied for it by now, but I don't care. I don't want to deal with a business that just because there's a hate mob against me, that they're now going to punish me for the hate mob when I didn't do anything wrong. I never did anything wrong when I was on Twitch. You know, anything that I did do wrong, I was already punished.
Hooray, we have another bingo. He said wrong. Fucking hooray for that. We have another bingo in our hands, guys. Fucking hooray for that. One more bingo. Hide the sheep. We are, 6 away from a full house. No exaggeration. Friend, what I mean by that is good news, engagement, and him having a dumb close-up.
Punished for. Yeah, I had a suspension or two. I was drunk and I said, you know, a stupid word I shouldn't have said and stuff like that. That was long years in the past. There's no way I was going to get punished for it in 2021 when this was stuff so far in my past. But the misconception is I'm banned from Twitch because that's what my haters say. So I'm not shocked to hear that MoistCritical thinks I was banned from Twitch. It's not his fault. That's just believing what idiots say about me. That's not true. The next thing he said, also, I'm not shocked. He goes, oh, by the way, the reason that this came up, I should bring this up because I didn't do this. Boogie just came out with a video like a week or two ago where essentially he's appealing to his audience for more support. He's basically saying he lost all of his money because he invested it in cryptocurrency. And as you know, this year, cryptocurrency crashed. So he had a nest egg from all his years. You know, he has over 4 million subs on YouTube. At one point, he had over 5 million. All his videos used to bring in hundreds of thousands to millions of views. And now he's completely waned in popularity on YouTube, doesn't make that much money on it anymore. And all his money he had in savings, he blew on crypto. So he's broke. So he's appealing to his audience saying, please help me, right? Please, if you can, super chat. Please become a member. Please buy my merch. Here's my t-shirts, right? He was shilling to his audience. He could do.
I was going to fucking say, is he going to fucking complain about Boogie showing to his audience? It's like he fucking just realised the fucking, you know, irony there. Let's rewind that and see what he says.
Please become a member. Please buy my merch. Here's my t-shirts, right? He was shilling to his audience. He could do that. That's fine. But what Moist...
Oh, it's perfectly fucking fine to show yourself, essentially. You are a shill, Phil. You are a shill to yourself. You admit it, Phil. You fucking hate paid shills, not shit, but you don't fucking mind self-shilling, essentially. Okay, I'm glad Phil has cleared the air finally, where it's perfectly fine to shill as long as it's about yourself.
Critical was making a point of is he goes, here's a YouTuber who used to have 5 million active subs. Now he has 4 million. And he's literally like begging people on his stream for money. He's like, it's not a good look. I agree. But if what Boogie's saying is true, I understand why he's doing it.
I don't actually think that Phil watched the whole video at Moist made, because it was like MoistCritical was live on a stream at a time, and he was getting informed by his chat about a couple of things he got wrong initially. He was like, "Oh, Phil." Originally, Moist did say, Phil was banned on Twitch, and then he was reminded by somebody in his chat he wasn't. And he thought, okay, great, I can actually show this clip, and since Phil's not banned on Twitch, I can actually show this clip to my Twitch viewers. That was why MoistCritical was worried about actually showing a Phil clip on his Twitch stream, because Phil, he thought, may have been banned on Twitch, which is why I didn't want to show a banned streamer on Twitch, because Moist would have got in trouble for that as well. Because like technically, it's like you're kind of skirting around the kind of ban if you're showing off a banned streamer's stuff on your own stream. So he had to get informed that Phil was not actually banned, and then I thought, great, I'll show the Phil clip then so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But there's a couple of things that Moist got wrong, which his audience had to clear up for him. When Moist searched Phil's channel, he originally typed Darkside Phil, and it showed Phil's old YouTube channel, and his audience had to fucking tell him, nah, it said DSP Gaming. And Moist forgot that Phil actually done his YouTube stuff on DSP Gaming now and not his Darkside Phil. So that's what I'm saying. So Moist had his his Twitch chat there the whole time to, correct him for the things he got wrong. Phil is using this as a kind of tool. He's using the original things that Moist got wrong, which was corrected on moments later. Literally 30 seconds later, Moist was corrected on these fucking, these inaccuracies. But Phil is using his own platform to pretend that Moist had zero idea up until this very point in time about these things being wrong. It's a bizarre thing, because you guys seen the video. I showed the video at the start of the stream of what the whole thing about what Moist had said. And you could see exactly what happened. You know, Moist said a couple of things. His fans corrected him while he was on the stream, and he checked out some content. He put forward his opinions. So Phil's pretending that Moist is not aware of this, which is bizarre. Moist knows this. He was told at the time. He knows all this.
Okay, I can see both sides. All right. Anyway, the reason that he starts talking about me is because someone brings me up. Well, then what do you think of Dark Side Phil? Because he's infamous for being an e-beggar, right? So basically, that's when MoistCritical goes.
No. That's not what was said, Phil. You are fucking lying. That was not what was said. He's talking about Boogie, and the guy basically said in his chat, you know, Boogie is basically a DSP at this point. That was what was said. That was all it was. In fact, I can fucking give me a second to find the fucking clip. 2 seconds. I'll show you exactly what was fucking said. 2 seconds. Give me a fucking second, guys. I'm not gonna let this fucking clown miss fucking quote some of our cunt. Hang on. I know we're kind of eager to see what Phil said and all that shit, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I just want to make sure. Is this the right? Hang on. Is this right? Hang on. 2 seconds, guys.
And they were close for a while, so I imagine that bad financially.
Blah, blah, blah. Is this bit here?
I don't think there's ever really an excuse to make your audience feel bad if they're not engaging with the content the way you want them to, or not donating as much as you want them to.
You saw what Boogie here.
Like, you are not entitled to a donation or their attention for the duration of a full video. I never like when they try and force that.
Wait for it.
And like he says in this video, like he wants to get back to making content because he needs to. He doesn't want to go back to working like a normal 9 to 5. He says he can't really work normal 9 to 5s due to like his disability and a couple of other factors.
Waiting for it.
So he wants to go back to making content that hopefully makes him money. But he just keeps talking about how it's like unlikely, or he's going to need to rely on your donations and this and that. But why even make this in the first place? Just start making the content and see how it goes.
Exactly.
Instead of like the guilt trip.
Listen.
Right?
Listen.
So yeah, that situation was pretty fucking sad. This is literally DSP, different than DSP.
This 4 words was all it said to Moist. 4 words is what set off Moist's DSP, talk. This is literally DSP. That was all that was said to Moist by his audience member. This is literally DSP. And what does Phil say he said?
Anyway, the reason that he starts talking about me is because someone brings me up. Well, then what do you think of Dark Side Phil? Because he's infamous for being an e-beggar.
Misquoting the absolute crap at the guy. What the fuck? So Phil hears the words, this is literally DSP, and then when Phil hears that in his head, it comes out as this.
Okay, I can see both sides. All right. Anyway, the reason that he starts talking about me is because someone brings me up. Well, then what do you think of Dark Side Phil? Because he's infamous for being an e-beggar, right?
It's bizarre. I'm going to keep. I just fucking had to put that out there. You know what I mean? Phil was absolutely misquoting what the original fans said. 4 words. This is Ultra DSP. Said all that Moist rant or whatever. You know what I mean? And obviously he's going through his own thoughts on Phil. And Phil, it's just incredible how. And this is the thing. Phil's doing his absolute best to fucking paint himself as a victim, as Stevie Dead says in chat. Victim complex. He always has to make it look like he's being victimized. No. Someone in Moist's chat compared Boogie to DSP, and Critical said no, I'm not having that. It's not the same. Boogie and DSP are not the same, and he gave his own take on it.
So basically, that's when MoistCritical goes, well, yeah, I'm up on Phil. I basically the way he says it, you can tell that like he's interested in me as a character, but he doesn't watch my content. All right, you could tell he's not sitting here right now watching my stream. He's watching the Detractor highlight of my stream that picks at the bad parts and says that's all that I am. All right. So he's basically like, yeah, I'm up on Phil. Here, let me play this video. But then he's banned on Twitch. I can't play it. And then someone cleared up and said he's not banned on Twitch. You could play it. So then he plays it. And what is it? Of course, it's the Scorn clip. So we'll talk about that in a moment. All right. But the other point he makes, and again, this is another Detractor thing. He says, you can't even search for Dark Side Phil anymore on the internet and get his content. All you get is Detractor stuff. All right. So he goes, look, I'm not even logged in on YouTube here. I'll prove it. And he searches for Dark Side Phil. The first thing that comes up is the Down the Rabbit Hole documentary about me.
The first thing that came up was your own goddamn channel, Dark Side Phil. I can actually I've got a video here. Look, he searches for your ass. And, was it this one here?
Oh shit, you're right.
Was it this one here?
Okay, then yeah, I can pull this up.
No, that's the video. It's DSP Scorn begging, but he actually searches as well. He searches afterwards. With this. Yeah, this is him searching right now. Right, okay. Moist searches Darkside Phil. And literally the name, Darkside Phil. Down the Rabbit Hole by Frederick Knudsen. Why do people hate Darkside Phil so much? By Sunny V2, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago. And a few years ago, a Dragon of Fire, DSP Gaming beaten off after he left the camera on before livestream. 279,000 views. The fourth result is Phil's own YouTube channel. It's not as if it's filled. This is not filled by massive detractor channels. I've never heard of Dragon of Fire. Dragon of Fire owns that DSP Gaming beaten off after he left the camera on video, you know. So, I don't know if that's a detractor. I think it's just some random fucker on the internet who decided to clip that particular thing and got massive views for it. I've never heard of a guy in my life. Sunny V2, massive YouTuber, not a detractor. Frederick Knudsen, big YouTuber, not a detractor. You know, these guys, so Phil is coming up ahead of these detractor channels. Darkside, MoistCritical search Darkside Phil. The first channel that comes up is Darkside Phil's channel. It's his old channel, yes, but that is the name of Phil's old channel, Darkside Phil. It came up exactly as intended. Now, look, now look what happens when he types in DSP Gaming. He types in DSP Gaming.
Come on. I don't even remember making that switch.
Wait for it. Wait for it. The very first thing that comes up is Phil's channel. In fact, the very first three results are all Phil's own fucking videos. And keep in mind, he's logged in. Moist is not. If Moist was watching Detractor stuff on DSP, wouldn't his results show, you know, Detractor stuff first? Like the meme goes. The claim is Detractor stuff appears prominently for people who watch Detractor stuff. And it appears before Phil stuff. This is Moist searching Darkside Phil and DSP Gaming on his own YouTube. And it's coming up with Phil's results first before anything else. So I think it actually shows that Moist probably does not actually watch that many Detractor clips compared to Phil stuff. Because look, I mean, wouldn't it have prioritised the Detractor stuff first if he's searching for Phil? Usually that's the way it goes, isn't it? Usually when you search DSP or whatever, that's usually what happens. So what's Phil going to say about this?
Which at this point now has accumulated over 6.5 million views and is still climbing in popularity. Now, I already addressed that documentary earlier this year, and I basically addressed all the things in that were half-truths or misconceptions. I would hope that out of the 6.5 million people, maybe 1,000 of them will watch my react, right, to get the true story. But that's the problem with being a small-time creator, is that you don't have that kind of control, right? Most of them will never watch my react to it and know both sides. It's sad. I think the next video down was like...
Oh, hold on, that doesn't make sense either. Phil's a channel that's got 200,000 fucking subscribers, and he's complaining that us Detractor channels, which have a couple of thousand subs, are fucking overwhelming him. Because our message about Phil with our small tiny channels is overwhelming the 200,000 strong fucking channel of Phil Burnell. This makes no fucking sense to me. Phil is trying to claim that the things that we are saying is somehow fucking you know, even though our channels are quite small, our fucking stuff is managing to fucking, you know, get through to the big massive YouTubers, while Phil, being a fucking 100 times bigger than we are, is not able to. That doesn't make no fucking sense to me. Phil's argument is flawed here, based on that.
Probably like another negative documentary about me, and then it was like the Dark Side Phil channel, okay? And I'm like, okay, so I'm the third thing down, right, when it comes to my name. But then he's looking at it and he's confused because he thought it was worse than that. And then he looks at the channel, he's like, wait a minute, Dark Side Phil only has 7,000 videos. That's not right. And then everyone told him it's because his channel is DSP Gaming, not Dark Side Phil. And MoistCritical literally goes, really? I didn't know that. So how funny is it that I'm infamous on the internet, right? But no one even knows that I make content. No one can even find the channel because why? I'll tell you why. Because my detractors have done this on purpose. When they talk about me, they say DSP or Dark Side Phil. Or they say DSP space gaming. They do it on...
No. I mean, you call yourself DSP. So we call you DSP. We didn't force you to brand yourself as DSP Gaming. You did that, pal. You called yourself DSP Gaming. So it's your fucking fault. Even if you're streaming it on KO Gaming, we would still call you DSP. Pretty much, that's your fucking name. It's the name you give yourself. I'm very confused. So Phil thinks that, wow, this is very impressive fucking copium going on here. I need to hear this again. I'm going to rewind this.
Why? Because my detractors have done this on purpose. When they talk about me, they say DSP or Darkside Phil, or they say DSP space gaming. They do it on purpose because they realize if they actually just said DSP gaming, people would actually come to this channel to check it out, to see if what is said about me is true. They do it on purpose to control the narrative. So now when you just search for Darkside Phil, you see the negative stuff about me first. If you actually just search for DSP gaming, I come up first. And in fact, I did it myself. I tested it. You get DSP gaming, you get my stream, and you get videos that I just did recently. You get all DSP gaming content first. Then maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 entries down, now you start to get some negative stuff about me. But at least if you search for DSP gaming, you get the actual stuff first. But notice no one says DSP gaming. They say DSP or Darkside Phil or the space between.
Well, you're included in that, pal. You're included in that. You don't call yourself DSP gaming. Hi guys, so at the very start of the stream, how did Phil introduce himself? Did he introduce himself as DSP gaming? He always just introduce, he calls himself DSP, I'm pretty sure. Well, let's just do a wee test here. I don't want to fucking rewind the stream because I don't want to lose in place, but let's just do a wee test. Let's go to the last pre-stream podcast where he's fucking dressed up as Phil, fucking Hillary Clinton. Let's fast forward past the dumbass intro. Shush. Oh, yeah, I forgot he's muted. I completely forgot Phil started the stream muted.
Money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much for Storm Martin for the super chat. It says we're watching this man unravel in real time. Yep, we are. Sorry for fucking making you guys see Hillary Clinton again. He's muted the whole time here doing his big intro. That was such a fucking ridiculous start to yesterday's fucking stream. This is not me muting Phil, this is Phil having himself on mute.
Well, that was a botch. At least you saw the costume. What is going on, everyone? Happy Halloween, Phil here.
He calls himself, he doesn't call himself DSP Gaming. Phil here. Doesn't call himself DSP Gaming. Why would anyone else call him DSP Gaming when he doesn't even call himself DSP Gaming when he's talking about himself? He calls himself Phil because that's his fucking name.
It's done on purpose. So that way they don't steer the traffic to my channel.
Money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much to Puck Code for the tip. There's no message for it. He just tipped he tipped £4.99. So thank you very much, Puck Code, for the tip. I don't know if you're meant to have no message or not. I don't know if that was intentional, but I appreciate it all the same. Thank you very much, Puck Code, for that. Right, let's just rewind this one. Let's just rewind a wee bit and then play, just to get this fucking copium.
If you search for DSP gaming, you get the actual stuff first. But notice no one says DSP gaming. They say DSP or Darkside Phil or the space between. It's done on purpose. So that way they don't steer the traffic to my channel and I don't benefit from the slander against me. You see? So there you go. So just him starting off talking about me, you can tell he has misconceptions based on detractor content that aren't true. I'm not permanently banned from Twitch. I never was. I was canceled by a group of people with bullshit stuff from 10 years ago. That's not true today. And it happened in multiple businesses all at once. It was a concerted...
Can you provide evidence for that, Phil Burnell? Or have you got your fucking nonsensical word, which does not hold much weight whatsoever? Just provide proof, pal. Prove it, and I'll believe it. If you got good proof, I'll believe it. Otherwise, I'm not trusting a fucking thing that comes out of fucking piggy mouth.
effort, an attack against me to try to ruin my business and my life, quite frankly. And I don't want to go back to Twitch because I don't want to get canceled again at any moment just because they feel, like they have that, oh, look what he said 10 years ago. I'm so upset. Like that's still me. Like, that's fair to judge me for something I did at this point 12 years ago, right? It's ridiculous. No, it's not a truth that if you search for me, you can't find any of my content. It actually comes up first on YouTube. But you have to search for my channel, DSP Gaming, not for all the hater videos about me. There you go. Now anyway, the clip.
Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to Weezamon for subscribing to the channel. Much appreciated.
Hater videos about me. There you go. Now anyway, the clip that MoistCritical brings up is a clip that's been out there for a couple of weeks. It's from when I was playing Scorn. All right. And let's address it fairly. All right. I'm playing Scorn, and everything this week that I'm playing Scorn is kind of going wrong around me. All right. My dishwasher breaks, and I can't afford to fix it. So I'm pissed off about that. Financially, things are so tight. I'm looking at the rest of the month, and I'm like, man, I got games coming up. And I can't even really afford them right now. With what I'm making on my streams and everything, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got all these new releases coming up, and I'm nervous, you know? And basically, my mind is in a bad place. You know, I remember when I was playing Scorn that night, I had every intention of liking the game because the first stream, I really liked it. That was the stream where the game went to combat, and the combat is absolutely terrible in that game. And there's a double boss fight and all of that. And I basically had stayed later that night than I usually would. As you know, I try to get out of here between like 9:15. Typically, I'm still not even done with work till after 10. I get maybe an hour and a half to spend with my wife every night before we have to go to sleep. Okay? So I can spend some time with my wife before I go to sleep every day. All right? That stream I went late because I was stuck in this boss fight. It was incredibly frustrating because it wasn't a real boss fight. It was a puzzle based.
Money. Yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to Lord DDog196864 in the ad for Super Chat. It's a big ass name if I can added Lord to the start of it. He says, DSP's upset that Detractors get more views and money that he is not getting. Well, here is $10 dues you're not getting. Oh, I'm a Lord now. Congratulations on becoming a fucking Lord. Congratulations, pal. You got a big massive fucking name that can barely fit into the fucking me fucking template at the bottom here. You're fucking encroaching on the recent donation there by code almost. It's a big ass fucking name. You know, thinking about shortening that to just something like, Lord Dog or something, or Lord Deed. I don't know. But yeah, it's Phil. I think so. Phil earns more money than we do. Obviously, is this a fun hobby for us? It's sort of. There are some streams. Yeah, you guys know I'm fucking. I appreciate everything you guys ever fucking want to throw my way. I'll never ask for it, it's never required, it's never going to have prerequisites. There are going to be some streams where you guys are fucking incredibly supportive, and there are going to be some streams as well where there might be no contributions whatsoever. That is never a fucking problem either way. It's always optional, but for Phil Bonnell, it's not that way. It's never going to be optional for Phil. Phil's always going to be saying, hinting massively, guys, please, there have been no tips for at least, 10 minutes or whatever. He's always going to fucking dropping those massive fucking hints because he needs us serialising this. It's one of those things where, but at the end of the day though, it usually works for Phil where he fucking cries and begs and whines and bitches until he fucking gets some money from those dent heads. Usually it's a couple of whales that step up significantly, and it's mainly, all those fucking funds are mainly funded by like a dozen people. You could probably count a dozen people who have contributed to like 80% of Phil's funds. There's probably a dozen of them altogether who are responsible for 3/4 or something of Phil's total, income, essentially. When you combine the tips and super chats and also get the memberships, whatever, it's probably about a dozen of them. There's also quite a lot more. Also, there's far more people as well who give smaller amounts, whatever, here and there, but a big massive amounts that kind of add up to that. It's probably about a dozen odd people or so. They're kind of all combined. I'll guess anyway. As we just fucking pull, I'm guessing that Piece of Pieces obviously got the data there, and he might be able to give more accurate information if he could be able to check into that. It's a very strange thing to look into, I know. Phil though earns $100,000 at least a year. He's earned 6 figures per year for the last 12 years or something, 12, 14 years. Well, at least 10. 12. I'm going to say 12. At least 12 years. Phil has earned 6 figures per year for the last 10 years, 12 years, minimum. And with this incredibly, lucrative, sort of financial support, financial income he's having, he really should be living an extremely comfortable life. But Phil is being Phil, and he wastes it, he blows it all, he spends it on WWE Champions, he spends it on, total gin, total alcohol, whatever, total wine, that's what sort of whatever, alcohol. He wants to spend it on DoorDash, he blows it on fucking moving across the country, and fucking, you know, he just blows money so irresponsibly all the fucking time, and that's all Phil's fault. He can blame us as much as he fucking wants, but he is terrible with fucking money. For somebody who's got a fucking financial degree, he is terrible with fucking finances. They must have been fucking giving those financial degrees out in fucking the back of cereal boxes or something. Jesus Christ, man. The fact that this man has a fucking financial degree blows my fucking mind. Education in America, am I right?
Basically. It was very poorly and clumsily designed. It wasn't apparent what you were supposed to do. It was really a nightmare. And it really was one of the moments that I realized, wow, these guys didn't know what they were doing when they made this game. Okay? So, I ended up staying like over half an hour later in this incredibly frustrating part of this game. And I got really heated, really tilted. And then when it was time to adjourn, I basically turned the recording off of the playthrough, because it didn't have to be part of the playthrough.
Yeah, you fucking always turn the fucking recording off to make sure your raw giant feelings aren't fucking uploaded as part of your own fucking content. And by the way, anytime Phil stops recording, he cannot fucking have any grounds to complain that we're stealing his content. Whenever Phil does not record anything, that means that footage is up for grabs because he has chosen not to encode that as his own uploaded material. So these unrecorded segments that some people clip sometimes, he has no leg to stand on to bitch and whine and complain that the fact that that's actually available for people on our Detractor channels, because how can you fucking steal views from an unrecorded clip if he's not actually including that in his own fucking channel? Aquatiel's, unrecorded clipping of that segment is fair game because it's not encroaching, it's not copying Phil's shit. You can't go to Phil's channel and see that clip, because Phil chose to deliberately not have that as part of his own content because he's ashamed to fucking have those kind of things shown as being a part of his content.
I basically was very honest with my audience, all right? Now, people don't like honesty on the internet. They don't. To be honest, when people are honest on the internet...
Money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much to Eric K for the super chat. He sent a super sticker actually, and it looks like some kind of like fox laughing like crazy. Is that a wee fox? Is that a wee fox laughing like crazy? It's a very cute wee thing anyway, whatever wee creature is, but it's a wee super sticker that looks like a wee fox laughing its little ass off. So yeah. Thank you very much, Eric K for super chat. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Slurms is saying, I'm glad you're never honest with us, like most people on the internet. I hate honesty. Yeah, no worries, Slurms, no worries. But yeah, fuck yeah, Phil. Phil's always, I love it. Phil's honesty always means like he wants fucking more money from those guys. Jesus Christ. And Prophet's right. Prophet basically just sums up the unrecorded segments are usually him begging or attacking viewers. Yeah, like when he sends a tweet, he doesn't usually fucking record him sending a tweet. But yeah, it's... Oh, James Holter's come from the future. He says this gets so much worse. Let's see. Let's not fucking waste time.
People spin it like, oh, you're so mean. Or, oh, you're greedy or this or that. It's honesty is very, how can I say, if you're honest about something, there's going to be a couple different schools of people who receive it differently. Okay? I like to be honest with my audience as much as I can, but I can't be honest 100% of the time, because when I am, then people use information to hurt me, as we've seen over the years. But that particular night, I was really upset because not only was I that week in particular really hard up for money, all right, but at the same time, I had stayed extra late to play this game that was kicking my ass. The viewership on the stream was high, meaning the views skyrocketed as the word started spreading. Oh, Phil's really struggling with this boss. Let's go over there and let's watch it, right? But what ended up happening was, I got absolutely no contributions at all that whole last hour of the stream, which was the struggle part that I stayed later. Okay.
Yeah, we know that's what happened. That's why you fucking got salty. You didn't get any fucking financial support immediately, and you got fucking salty. That's typical Phil Burnell for you. That's usually what results in fucking meltdown.
Okay? Now, I'm not entitled to anyone contributing to my streams.
Could have fucking fooled me. Certainly not an entitled fucking bitch. Prophet says the views were high because of the bots. Pretty much, yeah. Phil's getting view bots to crap around this time, so yeah. Phil's getting so many view bots around this time for whatever fucking reason. Phil Burnell, Mr. Entitled. This is the face of an entitled little bitch.
I'm not. No one has to contribute at all. Hell, I'm doing a podcast right now for 53 minutes. There's nothing. There's no contributions today yet. Okay? I'm not entitled to anything at all. No one has to ever contribute to any of my content if they don't like it. They don't like the way I operate my business.
Yeah, Phil, but the problem with that is the fucking longer that goes on, the more desperate you fucking get. You put on a fucking black shirt and you start fucking begging. You make special videos highlighting the fact you're not getting the kind of support you think you want and need and whatever shit. So yeah, the longer no support goes on, the more you get desperate for their fucking money to satiate your financial desires for your immediate quick fix. The YouTube payments coming monthly are not enough for you. The immediate fucking tips that come in for you are what you actually need every day. You're like some sort of junkie getting this fucking fix. This daily fucking fix. You don't get a fucking certain amount of fucking tips per fucking day. You start getting withdrawal symptoms because you don't have fucking enough dollars going through your fucking veins. What in the fuck is wrong with you, Phil? Why are you fucking pretending? Why are you pretending to say you don't fucking need people giving you money when we fucking know too well what you're like when you get fucking no tips within the space of a few hours? You get severe fucking withdrawal symptoms, you get the fucking shakes, you fucking start, your shirt colour starts changing. We actually see your shirt colour transform from blue to black as you prepare for the fucking beg video. It's like some sort of incredible transformation that happens before our fucking eyes.
None of you have to do anything. We just talked about this recently. My detractors actually say things like, Phil has the pignosis. He mind and brainwashes his viewers into contributing. What the fuck?
Okay, name me one single detractor that actually put forward this actual fucking theory. Phil's taking this very fucking seriously. Phil's taking that fucking idea extremely fucking seriously. Name me one person that claims that Phil Burnell does this. Apart from Phil himself. Phil's the only one I've ever seen claim this.
Fuck are you talking about? Are you out of your mind? You know how crazy you sound? Do you also wear the tinfoil hat, and turn on all your radios loud so that people can't hear you when you say you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Right? You're nuts. No, just because I'm honest with my audience doesn't mean that I'm demanding something. Was I upset that night? I absolutely, positively was upset. The game pissed me the fuck off. It made me feel like shit because the game was badly designed and it ruined an experience for me because I was liking the game up to that point and I was actually sad that the game had gotten so bad at that point. In addition, I already had a week where things were already really bad for me.
But that's not your fucking fans' fault. You are taking your fucking personal problems and you're putting it into your fucking stream. So you took your fucking personal life problems and you took it to your work with you. And you fucking blew up at your work essentially because you fucking can't separate personal from your fucking work life. So you took out your fans. You took your personal fucking struggles out on your fucking fans. It's very unprofessional, you Phil. Mr. fucking professionalism over here, where he's only got fucking my Twitter's a fucking business Twitter account, only not shit, not. Fuck off, Phil. No. If you can't fucking separate your personal fucking random shit from your work, then that's all on you. That's not fucking your fans' fault. That's not the game's fault. It's your fucking fault, Phil. Look, if you went up to fucking streaming that day because you're a salty little bitch boy who are fucking shit, I'm in a bad fucking mood, boo fucking who. That's all on you. You can't blame the game, you can't blame the fucking audience because you were such a salty bitch boy that day because things were not going as well as it usually fucking would do for you.
Financially, both behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, it was a slow week that week. And
hold on, I've never heard of in front of the scenes. I've genuinely never heard anyone say in front of the scenes before. Is this a completely brand new invented Phil quote? Is there something that being said, guys, are going to add to their kind of vocabulary? Behind the scenes and front of the scenes.
Financially, both behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, it was a slow week that week. And I didn't even know what was going to happen being able to afford stuff. And I was honest with my audience that night. And some people just can't take that honesty. They don't want that. They don't. They want me to say, oh, everything's happy and rainbows and Phil was.
Your audience don't fucking. Okay, most of your fucking audience, according to Phil Burnell, none of his audience are children. The metrics say that, okay? Let's pretend that's fucking true. That means that most of your audience then are probably working, at least in some capacity. You'd imagine. But imagine that audience then fucking working all day for their own fucking dollar or whatever. The fucking measly amount of dollars that they fucking make compared to Phil Burnell. I assume most of Phil's audience, and most of us here as well, I imagine, make less money than Phil Burnell does. So we're earning less paper than Phil Burnell does per year, okay? All of us. I assume most of us earn less than Phil does anyway, okay? Some make more if you do, if fucking well done to you. But you get what I'm saying. Now, the majority of people will make less than Phil Burnell. But people are watching Phil's streams. They've had a hard day at fucking work. This is their chance to fucking unwind and fucking watch a YouTuber they might enjoy for whatever fucking reason. Some people actually enjoy watching Phil Burnell, bizarrely and incredibly as that seems. I know, but some people actually enjoy it. Then they get to Phil's stream, trying to unwind and all that shit after a hard day at work. And if you fucking hear Phil complaining and whining, guys, guys, my support was not as good as I wanted it to be. So I really wanted to make sure I had more money so I could buy the games I want to fucking play. And it's like, why is he taking this out on us? Why is he taking this out on us when we just want to fucking enjoy the fucking content he's putting out? And Phil's just fucking all fucking salty and bitchy, and like the recording's definitely turned off because he's getting really angry about not how much money he received. Don't fucking know. It's just fucking look at it from your audience's point of fucking view. They don't want to fucking sit there and endure you fucking asking them for money. Prophet says he said his audience is made up of 1.6% of children, meaning he purposefully chooses meant for kids options. Oh, undoubtedly. I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that Phil deliberately has that set for every single fucking video that Phil Burnett uploads as made for kids. Which is just wrong. Phil uses colourful language all the time, to put it fucking, politely, which means his content should not be fucking targeted towards children. In fact, you can always tell what kind of videos. I'm pretty certain none of my fucking videos will be, viewable on, all my videos are ages. Well, as I say, every single one of my videos is set for not safe for kids. I'm a sweary motherfucker. I understand that, I accept that. I don't want children to be fucking enduring my colourful language. But it should be the same for people like Phil Burnell. He is trying to force his content to children for monetary gain. There is no disputing that. He has it set for, this is a child-friendly content.
Grateful, he would never say a word, right? There's a difference between being grateful and being sugarcoating everything, all right? There's people out there who everything's always great. And, never a negative word. That's not me. I'm the complete polar opposite of that, And that night, I was very honest with my audience. I basically said, I'm upset because I stayed late for you guys, playing a game that obviously is painfully badly designed, right? And I would hope that the fact that you guys are getting entertainment out of it, because you obviously were. Look at the views skyrocketed. People were really saying they were enjoying seeing me suffer through this. That at least someone would have said, all right, thanks a lot for that. We know you're having a rough week. Here you go. We'll contribute or do something to help you out.
Jesus fucking Christ. He wanted pity money. He wanted pity money. Regardless of what was happening to him in the fucking stream, he wanted pity money. He wasn't getting that fucking pity money. And that was it. For fuck's sake, Phil. You're not entitled to it. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I just don't get it. I really don't. Yeah, but money, essentially. Evil lady are saying, so money. Yeah, exactly. Money, yeah. The song's right. The fucking song's right. Contributions are mandatory.
And at least then I'll be like, wow, well, at least it was kind of worth it for me suffering through this piece of shit. And it didn't happen. And I got upset about it. All right? I'm a human. I have weakness. Now, here's the thing. Is that greed? No. But it's definitely not a good look. Which is actually what MoistCritical, exactly the words he had used about Boogie. He says it's not a good look when you got an audience and you're going to say stuff like that to them. You're absolutely right. I 100% will publicly admit that was one of the times when the weakness of me as a person was exposed to the internet. For sure. 1,000,000%. That was a moment that I was weak because I was very upset about how things were going financially for me that week. And because I was so upset at the game, I vented to my audience, and you could say that was bad. But the thing is, what ends up happening is then people say that's all Phil is. All Phil is constantly talking about money, constantly complaining about things, constantly begging his audience. All right. Now, allow me to explain a few things because I think these are some things MoistCritical doesn't know about me. All right. I don't make a lot of money doing this. Like I used.
Holy fucking shit! Are you fucking serious? Hold on. What happened to the whole thing?
All right. I don't make a lot of money doing this.
Yes.
Like I used to at least.
You never fucking full disclosed what you used to fucking make, Phil. We've actually guessed what you fucking used to make. I made a spreadsheet trying to ascertain what Phil made per year. By the way, my estimations. Let me try and bust out this old fucking tracker for you guys. 2 seconds. It's Give me a second here. I actually made this is my busted ass attempt to try and fucking find. Give me a second, guys. 2 seconds. Bear with me. I know you guys. I don't mean to fucking stall and delay too much, because I want to try and catch up the rest of the fucking rant. But I also at the same time want to show you that information which I gathered from watching Phil's old content. I have found it here. So, let me go full screen. The 2020-21 average well on YouTube per month for Phil Bonnell was $1,743.99. Phil's, as claimed over the years, he made like a 7th and an 8th and a 9th. They changed over fucking time. So that monthly total, if it was actually a 7th of what he used to fucking make, was actually this fucking monthly total instead. So Phil, I either made this per year, that per year, or that per year on YouTube. It was either just under 150, just over 167, or over 188,000. So that was Phil's. This is my based on what Phil said. Phil has never been fully clear what he used to make per year. He's always alluded to the fact that he was making fucking silly money. It was the gravy train days, and when he was talking about his current finances, when Phil was talking about his current YouTube pay, and back like last year or so, he was always saying before and back in the days to make like 1/7 and 1/8 or whatever, or one. It's strange the way they worded it. It really was strange. And I made a video on this a while ago. I can't mind the exact video, but it's on my channel. A video where I break down and show the clips. I actually show the video clips as well. What Phil says to kind of back up these claims. This is what Phil probably made back in the day on the YouTube gravy train days. At a fucking minimum, I think it was this for sure. So I just can't afford to show that. But yeah. Right, let's rewind this just to catch up.
Allow me to explain a few things, because I think these are some things MoistCritical doesn't know about me. All right. I don't make a lot of money doing this, like I used to at least. I've had tons of financial difficulties in my life. I had to go through a bankruptcy 2.5 years ago. I'm still behind on things because people keep messing with me. If people would just leave me alone, I'd be fine. But I constantly have people who mess with me in every possible way, whether it would be trying to cancel business opportunities, like I said, my partnership with Twitch, my Teespring store, things like that, which is not fair because they do it for things I did 12 years ago, not the real me today. That's really not fair that I have those kind of things happen to me in the modern day, okay? I keep having people mess with me in ways that continuously mess with my finances. For example, last year, someone stole my identity. All right. They tried to steal lots of money from me. I was forced to close down all of my accounts and start them all over fresh. And when I did that, there were payments that could not be made that ended up violating agreements that I had that ended up costing hundreds to sometimes thousands of dollars to fix. All right. This was not cheap. It really just screwed me up. And then things just keep, this year, just two months ago, blatant false copyright strikes against the channel. So now people are apprehensive about contributing because they're afraid if they become a member, oh, Phil's going to get suspended. I don't get my membership benefits. So I lose $1,000 of what I normally would have as revenue in a month that I need to pay my bills and operate my business. You know what I mean? And then things keep happening that just get me down on my luck. And this is just shit happens. My car breaks down, my dishwasher breaks down, my TV breaks. That's normal shit of life. But I'm not in a position where I have any kind of a backup. I don't have any credit. I don't have a nest egg. I have nothing to fall back on. So when that stuff happens, a normal person says, okay, I don't want to, but I put it on a credit card. Or I don't want to, but I'll dip it to my savings. I don't have any of that. All right. I hopefully will have that long term, but I'm not there yet. I'm trying to recover from bankruptcy. All right. Because the people who say things like, oh, Phil's like the greediest person. I'm just trying to make a living. All I'm trying to do is make a living, and I have a focused group of people who all they want to do is ruin my life. By breaking the law, by the way, we should call that out. It's not like it's just slander on the internet, which there is. If it was just slander on the internet, that would be one thing. These people have realized the slander on the internet won't end me, so now they break the law regularly to try to ruin me and my business and my life. Okay? That's the kind of stuff MoistCritical doesn't know, because no one wants to talk about that. We just want to make fun of Phil because he had a bad stream in Scorn and he begged on the stream, right? That's the story, not the fact that, I have identity theft committed against me on a regular basis, that people try to steal money from me, that people are really fucked in these crimes they committed against me. That's not the story anyone talks about. It's, oh, Phil had a bad Scorn stream, let's make fun of him. That's the problem with the internet. People focus on what they want and they spin the narrative the way they want. They don't hear both sides of the story. You know what I mean? So, MoistCritical basically says Phil goes full mask off in this clip, basically showing that all he cares about is like the money, right? That couldn't be further from the truth. I've said how many times on my streams, I wish I never had to mention money. I never used to. If you look back at my content from 10 years ago, when I was very popular on YouTube and I was rolling in the ad revenue, I never mentioned money. I was never asking for it. I didn't have a PayPal. where you could donate. I just started a Patreon. I had been a YouTuber from 2008 all the way to like 2015, I think is when I opened my Patreon. And I didn't really actively start doing anything like asking for any kind of contributions until I became a full-time streamer in 2017, because I ditched YouTube. I completely abandoned YouTube as any kind of a major revenue source. I said, I want to be a streamer because I saw everything that was going wrong. The adpocalypse had hit. You know, I saw the writing on the wall. It's just a misconception about me that you think this is the end all be all of me. It's not. If I could have a day where I don't have to mention any kind of income, I love that day. You want the perfect example of this? And this, again, what people would never tell MoistCritical, all right? Yesterday, I just did almost a 12-hour marathon. I turned my stream on at 10:45 a.m. The stream didn't go offline until 8:30. And then after that, I even worked longer, all right? During that entire marathon, I took one break for 10 minutes where I ran some ads. I didn't actively chose to run ads every hour. It was not really monetized in that way, all right? I wasn't asking for anything during that stream at all. I never mentioned it. It was just us playing games and having fun and me shouting out when people did contribute, right? That was a marathon where I didn't say a word about it because everything was great and positive. If I have a day like that, that's great. But this is very much my business, all right? I do have to treat it like a business because if I have a day where everything's very slow and I don't mention, by the way, things are kind of slow today, I would appreciate it if someone could contribute and it would pick up. It would be great, okay? If I don't do that and I have a series of slow days, I could actually be screwed. I might not be able to pay my bills for that week. I very much live week to week when it comes to income and what I can afford. I know that sounds scary because it is. That's my reality. Ever since I have no credit and, my bankruptcy, I can't get credit right now. That's the situation I'm in. All right. It sucks. I absolutely positively don't like that living in that situation. It's not healthy for me or my family. That's the situation I'm in. I wish I was a bigger YouTuber, but take a look at my DSP Gaming YouTube channel. What do I get? A few hundred views a video, right? At best, when a new playthrough comes out, I get like 5,000 views on part 1 of a playthrough. I'm not popular anymore. And I know that. I know that very much my content is not for the mainstream. At one point it was. Over 10 years ago, I was known as one of the guys that revolutionized the impromptu commentary on a Let's Play. That was 10 years ago. All right? That was a very different time, a very different climate. Today, I'm someone who just makes content for a very curated group, meaning I make content for those who still like me and want to see that style of content. I'm not aspiring to appeal to the masses, but because of that, I make what I make. You know what I mean? The other thing here is that I don't get the opportunities that other content creators get. I don't get to do a ad campaign for a product.
Okay, I fucking held my tongue for so goddamn long, but for God's sake, Phil's tried his absolute fucking best to try and put forward his image that he is not going to be somebody that is like that. He has tried his absolute fucking best to portray himself as somebody that is not a fucking paid shill. Now he's sitting here fucking whining and bitching that he doesn't get the opportunities to do it. What the fuck? Phil claims every single fucking day he's emailed opportunities to fucking shill something. Holy fucking shit, why can't he make up his mind whether he fucking wants to be a goddamn shill or not? This is so fucking hypocritical. Why do you fucking show MoistCritical the fucking hypocrisy of Phil Burnell, where he fucking goes one day where he says he's not going to be a paid show, and the other day where he says he wishes he fucking could be, but doesn't get a fucking chance to? What in the fuck, Phil? Make up your fucking mind, stay in a fucking lane. Do you want to be this fucking kind of person or not? Either you fucking do want to be, or you don't want to fucking be. Make up your fucking mind.
All right? I don't get a sponsorship opportunity. All right? And there's various reasons. But it's most of it is because there's so much negativity about me on the internet, in particular my detractors, that every time I've had an opportunity for any kind of a sponsorship, they ruin it for me within 24 hours. The moment the sponsor's announced, ruin. Because they bombard that sponsor with a bunch of really nasty, toxic things.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells for super chat. He said this is a Phil anyone who accepts an interview with him is going to get. Yeah, they're going to get fucking bored at the fucking tits trying to fucking endure this fucking nonsensical rambling. And they're probably thinking the whole time, why the fuck have I let this guy on my channel? My channel, which has millions and millions of fucking subscribers, is going to have to endure this fucking garbage gibbering nonsense from this fucking random. And what the fuck's he talking about his bills for? Why the fuck is that relevant to fucking his image on the street? People are going to fucking, whoever's fucking stuck with him, they're in for a fucking hell of a time to try and endure this fucking nonsense and make sense of it.
Literally what I just mentioned happened to me last year on Twitch is exactly what they hit the sponsor with. Here's videos of Phil 12 years ago saying something racist or stupid. Yeah, 12 years ago, you know. But this is what they do because they're fucked up. And so I don't get those opportunities, all right? All I have is income for my viewing audience. And by the way, it's not like I chose that either. Let's also go down memory lane a little bit here. In 2016, I saw the writing on the wall on YouTube, all right? I realized that basically what was going to happen was YouTube was not going to be profitable to operate a business on solely on ad revenue anymore. I needed to diversify my content in 2016 and not just be a Let's Player anymore, but start doing one of these channels that has like edited content with voiceovers, countdowns, reviews, that kind of stuff. I did so. The channel was called KO Gaming, okay? It diversified itself from my old moniker of the King of Hate and DSP and all of that shit. It was completely different. The style of content with delivery was different. The channel was successful. The channel took off. I had a video that had over 1 million views. I had other videos that were getting hundreds of thousands of views. I noticed whenever I made a negative video, it caught on way more than positive videos. I didn't want to make negative videos all the time, but whenever I made one, it got, you know, a lot of traction. The video made me good money. Excuse me, the channel made me good money. And that was my plan.
No, you're right fucking the first time, Phil. You had a fucking viral video. I can, guys, if you weren't there, I can fucking educate you exactly what fucking happened. Phil Burnell had a few fucking videos on KO Gaming, and they fucking made that Homefront video, and that took off in viral popularity because Phil said it was one of the worst games they ever fucking played, and he explained why it was one of the first games they ever fucking played. And that video had a fucking massive fucking attraction, and got a lot of views in it. He got a lot of ad revenue in it.
Yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to Eric K for the super chat. It says, ack. Couldn't agree more. Anyway, thank you very much for that. So back to the story of Dun Memory Lane. Phil Burnell had a viral video on KO Gaming, and when he got his fucking YouTube money the following month for that fucking video, guess what he did? Staycation in Seattle with Liana. They went to a swanky hotel in Seattle, stayed for a couple of nights in Seattle, and never fucking tried to capitalise on the success of that original video. He never tried to capitalise and make KO Gaming grow in popularity. He never fucking built on the success of that one fucking video. Instead, he let it fucking stagnate. It was like, he didn't try to do, that's what I'm saying, he never built on that initial success. You know, the KO Gaming was hot for a little small while, and Phil ignored it for a while, because he was riding up the fucking high of the one viral hit video. Then his channel got demonetized, which is able to fucking mention. His channel had too much vulgar language essentially in it to have ads, you know, tied to it, so it stopped making him money, and so he stopped using it. He's going to explain that right now.
That in 2017, I was going to continue to diversify. I was going to have a Let's Play channel. I was going to have the edited channel. I was going to have vlogging. YouTube demonetized the channel for no reason. No good reason at all. When I asked them for the reason, they said, here's our guidelines for monetization. I said, yeah, but what did I violate that you demonetized the whole channel? They wouldn't explain. At that point, I gave up. I said, I give up on YouTube. I've had enough. I left YouTube in 2017. I became a full-time streamer on Twitch, and YouTube was just a repository for the archive streams. All right? I basically gave up on it. I didn't care anymore about trying to make ends meet being a YouTuber because they basically had ruined my efforts to do something different. Okay? So, today, my only real income is from my audience. Do I get some ad revenue on the videos? Yes. Is it a lot? No. Take a look at the views I get. I'm not making a lot of ad revenue month to month on YouTube. It's mostly direct contributions from my viewers that pay my bills and allow me to have a living. All right. Now, do I want to operate like this forever? No, I don't. I don't like this. I hate this. I freaking hate this. I don't want to have to constantly be asking for contributions and asking for help. I hate it. Really, it hurts me to do it to my audience. I fucking detest it. I don't want to do it, but I have to. If I want to continue to do what I love, and if I want to do what people tell me is meaningful, then it's a necessary evil. All right?
Son of a bitch. Son of a fucking bitch said meaningful. He fucking said it again. It's a brand new month, guys, and I think I'm going to add the word meaningful back to the rotation. He has said it enough that I think it is worth having as part of the rotation. I am going to add the cursed word, I think, back to the pool. I'm sorry, guys, but I think it has to be done. He has said it so much, He is toying with us. He is taunting us. We are bringing back meaningful. Make bingo meaningful again.
Long-term plan is that within a few years, my credit builds back up because my bankruptcy will be in the past. I'll be able to do things like apply for loans or refinance my home. And that's going to save me, you know, to show, listen, now I'll have some money again. I don't have to sit here and beg like an asshole every day. If I have a slow day, it's no big deal. If I have a night where I'm playing Scorn and things don't go well, I don't have to explode on my audience and look like an asshole on the internet. But I'm not there yet. You know, it sucks. It's going to be years out at this point till I get to that point, you know. There's nothing I can do about that. I wish I could change it. But I really don't like this misconception that I'm a man who wears a mask, and then when I take the mask off, it's revealed that I'm like a super greedy dude.
Well, if it's not a fucking mask, then why don't you fucking include it in your recorded segments? You always deliberately fucking stop recording, and then you fucking give your fucking fans the honest take. Do your on-demand viewers that watch your content not deserve the honesty? Why the fuck don't you fucking include it in your recorded segments, Phil? Just an honest question. If it's not a mask, why not include it in your recorded shit? Why? So obviously the fucking on-demand viewers are also fucking you're begging time as well, Phil. You know, like you're wanting them to fucking give you money as well. Not just watching it, but fucking they can give money in super, you know, super, is it super thanks? What's it called when you fucking give money through actual comment? Is it super thanks? I can't even mind. But yeah, you get what I'm saying though, there's always things where he appeal to his fans as well for on-demand shit. But no, he turns off the recording and then he goes super toxic and super salty. And he's like, I stayed late for you bastards and you didn't give me any tips. Fucking
And all I want to do is milk my audience for money and constantly guilt trip them. And I couldn't be further from the truth. If I could never mention any of that kind of shit, I never would. I never did back in the day. When I was making tons of money on YouTube on ad revenue, never did that. I never took advantage of my audience. There's so many content creators out there today. They're super popular, all right? They're making insane amounts of money on YouTube ad revenue. They've got product placements. They've got paid advertisements. And then on top of that, they stream and they've got super chats coming in. They've got fucking donations coming in. But that's okay. That's fine to have these people who already are well off.
But they don't fucking ask for it. People give them that because they want to give them that. They get that not because they fucking demand it, but because people want to give them that. There are people that want to fucking have their products, you know, advertised by these content creators. There are fans who want to show their support for these content creators by giving them money. It's as simple as that, Phil. The simple fact of the matter is, Phil, that, you know, the people, they're not begging, they're getting the shit because people want to give them the shit, essentially. That's primarily usually how it works. You know, if people like something, they will support something. Even if it's not fucking required. It's like, Phil's argument is like, why would you go to fucking McDonald's? Why would you fucking buy something off Amazon or go to fucking McDonald's? They're rich. Jeff Bezos is rich off Amazon. You don't need to fucking order anything off Amazon because you're giving them fucking money. Don't you dare. Why order anything on Amazon when you fucking, you know, it makes no sense. Phil's argument makes zero fucking sense whatsoever. It's like, well, these guys are fucking rich, so they don't fucking need your fucking money. I mean, well, no, we fucking give them the money because we want to fucking do business with them, essentially. They have something we want, we fucking give them money. Sometimes it's fucking just a content creator, we're giving them money because we're enjoying their content. Sometimes it's a fucking Big Mac from McDonald's. Chris, thanks. I've never heard of that fucking phrase in my life, but I like it. He's like the Irish cat that went out for a shit and buried itself. That's fucking incredible. I've never heard of that fucking phrase, but I like it. I'm part Irish, so I don't know why I've not heard of that.
Having all this other stuff thrown at them, apparently that's okay. That's above criticism. But the fact that someone who actually needs the support, that was my cat, someone who actually needs the support to get by, because I live week to week, paycheck to paycheck, ask for help from their viewership, that's bad. That's what I don't understand. I do feel like it's a little hypocritical that people who are already well off can then criticize those who aren't for asking for help, right? I mean, I could pack it up. I can give up, right? What am I going to give up? Quit on everything I've done for 14 years that everyone tells me daily is meaningful and they would be crushed if I stopped doing it. And that I absolutely love the fact that what I do for a living is also my lifelong hobby. And I can have an awesome audience, right? Who interact with me on a daily basis and tell me what I do is meaningful. You know, you may not see it. Big people, big YouTubers don't see that. They don't see that someone has a connection with their audience down there because it's different. And you know what? I understand that 100%.
That was not a noise made by me. That was a Phil noise. That was something on his stream. Somebody called Beefy to subscribe to Phil's channel. So that was not me related. That was Phil related. Where's go that fucking plane? Because somebody just subscribed.
I used to be that person. Back on YouTube, back in the day, 10, 12 years ago, when I was one of the biggest Let's Players, I didn't have anything. No real connection, direct connection with the...
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for Super Chat, Lord D-Dog 1968, 64 Nerd, who says, you don't have to say the full name, Dio, do it, for fuck's sake, I wish I'd read that first. Lord D-Dog, I'll just call you Lord D-Dog. Thank you very much for Super Chat. He says, see, I haven't seen me, I've not asked for money, but I and others are happy to give. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying, it's the point that I'll say, I've done a terrible fucking job reading that, by the way, sorry, Lord D-Dog, but Lord D-Dog's basically saying there, look, it's up to the fucking person watching the fucking content if they fucking want to give money or not. It's their choice. It's not as if I'm not begging you guys, whoever. Yes, it's nice to fucking get money, but at the same time, that is not why we're fucking here. We're here to fucking laugh at Phil, mock him, correct him, and just say what the fuck is this idiot doing? He's ruining his whole fucking life because he's blaming other people for his own idiotic fucking moronic decisions. We're here to fucking watch Prophet lose his damn mind whenever he talks about technology. We're here to watch Steve Ed lose his damn mind whenever he talks about, anything in general which involves, some sort of strange kind of mental faculties. Because obviously that's his expertise, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, we're here to enjoy the fucking shit show and also here to try and win a game of bingo. This is one of the only fucking times, this is one of the only fucking kind of, Detractor, or even Phil fans cannot win money watching Phil Burnell. I think this might be the only fucking, DSP related stream where one of you guys, someone watching the fucking stream, can win some money if we get enough things ticked off on this bingo card. Which is a fucking crazy concept, I know, but it's one of those things where I love giving back to you guys. I love it when we win the bingo. And it's one of those things, because you guys are so supportive of me, I like being able to fucking give back to you guys, and this is the way I can think of doing it in a reasonable manner, without, just I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to fucking make the bingo card a bit more winnable. That's why I removed 3 things earlier on today, and he said all 3 of those things since then. Allow me to explain, for example. But yeah, thank you very much, Lord D-Dog, for that. I do appreciate it. And yeah, nobody ever has to give me anything. It's always appreciated. And yeah, anytime we got a full house, one of you guys has a chance to win back.
Viewers, there were too many of them. I didn't understand how meaningful what it was that I did and what I said and did, that it had.
Stop saying meaningful, you fucking dick. Every fucking time.
Had meaning for anyone. I didn't get that. I felt that everything was a joke in my life. Oh, I could just say and do whatever I want on YouTube. It's all just the Wild West. It's fair game and everyone's fine. No one could possibly be hurt or whatever. You know what I'm saying? New sound? What are you talking about? Someone just said new sound. Was a sound play? No. No sound played. A zombie animation and a sound played? It did? That was unintentional. Huh. Really? Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me. I can fix that right now.
Shut up, bitch! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
Trust Prophet to have an explanation there. He has the default animations enabled through Streamlabs, but doesn't have his PC sound running, which is why Phil didn't hear a single fucking thing, but why Stream did.
Alright, I think this will fix it. I think this will fix it. Okay. Because I think what it is, when I changed all my animations, I had to do everything by accident. I think it's fixed now. Okay, anyway. Getting back to the point I'm making. Alright, because now I've been completely distracted, and good luck getting MoistCritical to watch this because it's gone off the fucking rails, right? In a nutshell, I totally understand why there's so many misconceptions about me. I do. There's so many people out there who say negative shit about me on a daily basis, but they only show one side of me. What they will never show is the fun Halloween stream I did yesterday, where literally not once was it a discussion of really money or anything like that, right? Not once. It wasn't me begging. It wasn't me asking for anything. It was just people contributing out of their own free will.
I would like to remind you, Phil, that you had to hit a members goal to do that event, which required you getting money in some capacity. You set that fucking marathon behind a members goal, so people had to fork up money initially just to have that happen in the first place. That was a fan-funded event that took place because they were so generous to make that fucking happen. It was a paywalled event. You dumb shit. Every fucking time, mate. He seems to fucking. I love when he fucking memory holds that shit.
Will, because they were having a good time and you know, having a great one. That's the ideal for me. But sadly, I'm in a situation where I have to ask sometimes, because if I'm having a bad week, I need help to get by. And if I don't get that help, I can't make a living. I can't pay my bills. You know, I got a family, you know, and I got to take care of that, you know. I understand the Scorn stream was bad. I outright admit it. I was emotionally fucked in the head because I was so upset, had a bad week. On top of that, a bad game. On top of that, a bunch of jackasses coming to the stream to make fun of me. Literally none of them supporting anything. They were just there to be toxic. All right? And...
But Phil, you have 24-hour sub-only mode. How could people just suddenly turn up and be toxic if they fucking somehow bypass the 24-hour sub-only mode?
I'm a human. I'm a flawed human. I'm not perfect. I have a lot of issues. All right? Be honest. I do. But I have a meaningful business that I operate. People say that has meaning to them, that I make the content I do every day. It's not for the mainstream. It's for a small group of people. That's okay, because I can still make a living. Yeah, some people say it sounds like it's greedy when I'm saying, hey, can we get some more contributions? Can we hit a goal today? You know, and that's how, if that's how you take it, fine. Just know that that's not who I want to be. That's not who I aspire to be. And there's days when I'm not like that. It depends on what happens in my life. I didn't used to be like that back in the day. I didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? It bothers me when I see someone like MoistCritical, who's like a genuine guy, looks like a fun guy, makes great content. You can tell he's watching only the negative stuff about me, and that's his conception of me now. You know, this is why a week ago, now I'm pink. This is why a week ago, I said I want to have a public interview out there so that all this stuff that's said about me can be addressed and aired out, and you can hear my side of the story. Because right now, no one hears my side of the story. All they hear, or they watch the Detractor videos, right? They watch the nasty, watch the Scorn highlight. Watch this moment where Phil had a meltdown on stream. Don't actually watch the 8-hour marathon on Halloween that's fun as hell. You know what I'm saying? So...
Aye, good fucking luck, Phil, convincing MoistCritical to set aside 8 hours of his fucking day to watch that shitty marathon. Good fucking luck with that, pal. I am sure if I can go for that, no problem.
And then one other thing, actually, that MoistCritical said about me that actually is pretty hurtful, but I don't think he means it that way. He basically said, I still say to this day, the best thing that Phil ever left on the internet was when he had his accident, but the rest, he just kept streaming as if nothing happened. And, you know, basically it's hilarious because it shows incredible determination, you know. No one else would have done that, but it's just hilarious to see that this guy just carried on, you know. By the way, here we go again. I'm about to give up on this piece of shit. This camera is really pissing me off. But the thing is, that upsets me because I've been making content for 14 years. All right? There's so many things that can be said about me, both positive and negative. And although you can admit, yes, the embarrassing moment was definitely one of the things everyone remembers about me, I don't really think that was the defining characteristic of who I am on the internet.
No, it is, Phil. It is your legacy. That is how you were remembered. That is your entire internet legacy. You were the guy that jerked off on stream. You filmed yourself jerking it off right before you were starting a stream. That is your legacy.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Detractor, for Super Chat. It says, part-time jobs are a great source of supplemental income. Well, the more you know. Some straight-up facts there from Detractor as to how you could earn some supplemental income. You get a part-time job, you can get some extra money there, mate. There we fucking go. Phil could replace the night streams, which are generally not that well performing, with a part-time job. I'm just saying, we could, like, you know, freelance as a delivery driver, you know. You could do the day stream, you know, have an early dinner, then nip out in the car, just do some delivery driver work for some nearby establishment. As long as it doesn't have to drive on the fucking highway, it'll be fine. And there we go. Phil Burnell delivering your DoorDash, delivering your Uber Eats, and that supplemental income from the fucking, you know, night work, the part-time job. I could make up for the night streams. The night streams are notoriously very badly performing. Now you just look. We can look at the. So scroll down. We'll scroll down to the bottom of this. All the way down. There we go. So some night streams Phil earns like $60, 41, 68, 32. There's one night stream there he had fucking had $210 on a night stream. But that was TV shopping. That was when his TV broke and he done a TV shopping stream. That was a special exception. But most night streams though for Phil Burnell don't do that well. Just look at some of these. It's just so poor. Some of these ones you get an average of what, $64. Just from that recent we pull selected there.
You know, back in the day, I was well recognized as one of the most popular Let's Players on YouTube who basically inspired so many others. People like the Creatures, right? Who they in turn inspired more people and then inspired more people. You know, that's where I started, was that I was one of the guys who started with impromptu commentary over raw gameplay, you know? If anything, that should be what I'm remembered for. But no one even wants to really even remember that. People want to say other shit about me that's not true, or they want to always write off any kind of accomplishments that I've had over the years as saying that I'm just like a joke of a footnote, rather than saying, oh, he actually did do some notable things.
You're forfeit evil after some people boycotted the fucking tournament because of some fucking Neo Geo fucking Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo, some sort of strange port. But you were fucking forfeit evil in time. That is your major gaming accomplishment, Phil. You were one of the first people to start doing Let's Plays on YouTube, but you weren't the original. Slow Beef came before you. Stop trying to fucking pretend that you were a fucking originator, you know, the OG fucking guy that done Let's Plays, not shit. People were doing it before you, Phil. You seen somebody do a shit online and you copied that formula. Then you fucking just done it in such a fucking lazy genetic manner. You mass uploaded shit to YouTube in such a way where it's like YouTube could barely fucking cope with the amount of garbage you're fucking throwing their way constantly on a fucking daily basis. So many fucking like 10-minute clipped videos every single fucking day. Did somebody say Dark Side Beef? Yep, I remember Dark Side Beef very well. Slow Beast persona. Oh, it was alter ego. Christ, man. But yes, what I'm saying though, Phil Burnell's legacy, he's trying his absolute damnedest to fucking be remembered for something other than the incident. But the incident is undeniably, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind whatsoever, how Phil Burnell is going to be remembered on the internet. This is his legacy. His legacy on the internet is him jerking it on camera and getting caught with getting caught. Oh, the camera's on. You've even got random wrestlers. What was the guy's name? Adam Cole or something like that? Wrestler Adam Cole. He out of the blue referenced it. The camera's on. The camera's on the whole time, huh? That wasn't even Detractor fed. That was him just randomly, on his own fucking merit. He just wanted to fucking use that as a fucking joke line in his own content. That wasn't even, there was no detractors encouraging him to say that. That is how famous that legacy is. You got random real life, bigger people who are not even remotely tied to detractors, just using that reference and talking about that reference and memeing that reference and that incident. Yeah, Johnny Chase said there's a compilation video of other YouTubers talking about him. Obviously, PewDiePie is a very good example, a very easy example, because PewDiePie infamously was actually kind of somewhat semi-inspired by Phil. Not just Phil, but Phil was one of the inspirations of PewDiePie to start doing what he did.
On YouTube back in the day, okay? So what I would say is, I'm not mad at Charlie for the stuff he said, at all. In fact, I kind of agree. That Scorn clip is terrible, because I was upset and it was a moment of human weakness. Sadly, that happens from time to time here on my channel, and I can't really change myself from being real. That's who I am as a person. He says, oh, mask off. The truth is there is no mask, right? What mask am I wearing? I'm actually one of the more transparent guys out there when it comes to what I tell you guys on streams.
Bullshit.
About how things are going, about how I'm feeling. I'm not wearing a mask. That's maybe the difference between me and a lot of other YouTubers out there who they're always wearing the mask. And when the mask comes off, it's shocking. For me, there's no mask. You just see who I am all the time, and it sucks, you know, when something like this happens, and I look like an asshole because I was an asshole that night, you know, but that's not the end-all, be-all of me. At least I don't feel that way, and I'm sure that my viewers don't feel that way, or they wouldn't be here today, you know. They understand it was just a bad night. And I would say, what I would say to MoistCritical is, hey, at least thanks for mentioning me at all. But if you are going to mention me, at least give me a fair shake. You know, I'm here. You ever want to have a conversation with me? I'm available just to shoot the shit. Just even if you just want to laugh for 5 minutes, whatever, man. But that's better than,
As long as he fucking does it when you're not streaming, alright, Phil? It can't be on his fucking time, it has to be on your fucking time. Nah, good luck with that, Phil. If he has any fucking sense, he's not going to fucking pay any fucking mind or attention. He knows enough about you already. He knows how toxic you are. He knows how fucking virally fucking unpleasant of a person you are to be associated with. He is fully aware of who exactly you are.
Look, Phil is just a full-on, this is his business, is just begging and being greedy. Well, if you watch the highlights, the negative highlights, you're right. But that's not the end-all, be-all of me. You know, it's just not. That's what they want you to believe, because that's this group of people who want to ruin my life on the internet. This is what they do. And I wouldn't even be financially hard up the way I am if it wasn't for them. They're the ones who, every time I'm getting better.
We didn't force you to fucking spend all your goddamn money in WWE Champions, you fucking moron. We didn't tell you to fucking commit bankruptcy fraud and pass off those gacha gaming expenses and pretend that they were business expenses just to fucking commit bankruptcy fraud, Phil. This was all on you, pal. You were the one who broke the fucking law and committed bankruptcy fraud. You are the one with this gacha gaming addiction that you cannot fucking step away from for over fucking 1800, was it 1700 days or something? It's like 1700 odd days, almost 1800 days in a goddamn row. He has been playing his goddamn game. He has got a fucking longer relationship with WWE Champions than he has with his fucking wife. We didn't force you to spend all your fucking money in that stupid game, Phil. This is all on you. Don't you dare blame us for your irresponsible financial decisions. You fucking child.
They ruined things for me. They got me kicked off Twitch. They got me kicked out of Teespring. They committed identity theft last year, costing me thousands of dollars to fix. To this day, they're hitting me with false copyright strikes. Gee, I wonder why I'm financially hard up. If they would just leave me the fuck alone and leave me to my own devices, this wouldn't be happening. You know what I'm saying? But it just keeps happening.
I'd also like to remind people that Phil has earned $11,000 this month through combined YouTube and tips, although he hasn't obviously got that all at once. He won't get YouTube money until the 21st of this month. But tips, he's been doing quite well, thanks to Piece of Peace we can observe. Let me just scroll a bit to the right. Actually, there you go. Phil has received $5,720 throughout the month of October. In tips. So include Patreon money, because he gets Patreon money straight away, so keep in mind, the Patreon money he also gets immediately whenever it's given to him. Throughout the month of October, Phil has received over $6,000 through tips and Patreon money. And then that $5,596 he is not going to receive until the 21st of November. But this has been a very decent month though for Phil Burnell. You got to keep in mind as well the $6,000 he's got from tips and Patreon, as well as that $4,717 he has been paid from YouTube for the September pay, which he got on the 21st of October. This has been a decent month for Phil Burnell. He is going to get an extremely generous YouTube payment on the 21st of November, which he'll just memory hold to fuck. He's just going to pretend that shit never happened. How can somebody earn $6,000? You know, it's six grand in tips alone and Patreon. $6,000 right there off of that. Those two things combined. Ignore YouTube altogether. Even count YouTube. You count YouTube. 10 to 11 grand a fucking month. Phil Burnell can't afford shit. It's a two-person household with a cat. Two-person household with a cat. They can't afford anything. Bills, whatever shit. 11 grand. 11 grand. 10 to 11 grand a month. Just, you know, explain. Ask MoistCritical to fucking ask him. If MoistCritical shows interest in Phil Burnell, there's one simple query to ask. Why the hell can you not live your life when you're earning 10 to 11 grand per month? Explain where all the fucking money goes, Phil. Try and fucking, being a nice guy, explain all that shit to him. Reasonably and rationally. Because you can't. We know where fucking a lot of that money goes. We know where a good significant chunk of that money goes. We know where hundreds, if not thousands of dollars goes per fucking month. WWE Champions time, baby.
It's happening because they won't leave me alone. That's the real problem here. And then here it is. Here's the negativity about Phil all over the internet. The big YouTuber watches it. Oh, see, now Phil's just a meme. He's a beggar. He's a scumbag. It'll never end. It's just going to be this endless cycle until someone breaks the cycle. Until someone decides to actively say, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll talk to Phil. Maybe I'll have a conversation with Phil. And just see what he is, how he is as a guy. We'll talk about some of the stuff, But I'll be honest with you. MoistCritical, he's huge. He's giant. I'm shocked the guy even spends a minute talking about me in his content. I'm such a footnote. I'm such a fart in the wind when it comes to YouTube content that I can't believe the guy wastes time even mentioning me, in the same. I mean, look, he's talking about Boogie, a guy who at one point had 5 million subscribers and ridiculous amounts of views. And he talks about Darkside Phil, who literally just hit 200,000 subscribers and gets like 300 views on a video. Why am I even in the same sentence as these people? It baffles me.
Because you're kind of famous for the incident. A lot of people know you. A lot of famous people know you. Because you jerked off on cam.
Compare me to Boogie, to Angry Joe, to Maximilian. Do you understand? It's not even the same ballpark. That's like the major leagues versus the fucking little leagues. Yeah, I can't fathom how I get brought up like this stuff. Like that. Seriously. It's like confusing as hell. But if you're going to have the negative, I hope you would at least air some of the positive. All right? So that's all I have to say about that. I have no idea if I'll ever hear from MoistCritical on any of it. Probably.
Oh, just a zip. You've been underreporting your tips. I've been watching you since yesterday. You did it in the beginning of the stream and you didn't add the $1. Let's all do a recount. The proof is in the pudding. Somebody just shouted that to him. You've been underreporting your tips. And obviously complained about a fucking dollar not being counted. That might get leaned, I'm not sure. Although we are behind Phil by 55 minutes. Jesus Christ, I'm going to speed up. I can't believe I'm fucking that far behind. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go 1.25 speed.
Probably not. I wouldn't even tell him to bother wasting his time because probably it's not going to turn into anything good for him. It's a shame, that I don't get that fair shake and I don't get to talk to the people who regularly say shit like this about me, these misconceptions. But again, I don't blame him. When literally he searches for me and he sees new negative video about Phil, here you go. That's what he's going to focus on. He's not going to hear about the Halloween marathon where Phil literally didn't ask for anything, and that wasn't it, even though he was on stream for 10 hours. He's not, all he's going to hear about is the Scorn begathon and shit like that, right? So there you go. All right, my friends, let's do shout out, shall we? All right. Let's see here. On the YouTube side of things, Guts the Black Swordsman re-upped his membership today. He says, yo, DSP, great marathon stream yesterday. Big ups. Thank you, Guts. I appreciate that. It was. I really liked the marathon yesterday as well. Let's see here. On the tip side of things, first tip of the day from Snow Carl. He says, I like Critical. Do you think he should have acted with better judgment when he spoke about you?
Come on to fuck, Phil. You could have done the dumb close-up. You got a special dumb close-up for Snow Carl. And you didn't use it there. That might cost us. If that costs us a bingo, I'm going to be pissed off. He didn't do a dumb close-up for Snow Carl's question.
From Snow Carl. He's like Critical. Do you think he should have acted with better judgment when he spoke about you? No. He's clearly aware of how badly you're treated on the internet. Is he? I didn't get that impression from the segment. In my opinion, he should have done his research because his words could hurt you concretely and perpetuate the lies about you. Again, I actually don't think, from what I saw, I don't actually think that he was being negative towards me at all. He was just regurgitating stuff that he had seen. You know what I mean? Like, this is not... Here's the difference. MoistCritical brings me up every once in a while in a funny way. Sometimes it's positive. Sometimes it's a joke laughing at me. Who cares? No big deal. He's not Mr. Matoker. He's not, oh, let's do a series of insanely hateful, destructive videos about Phil. That's the difference here. He's literally... MoistCritical benefits nothing by mentioning me in his content. He just does because he genuinely finds it interesting. Versus, I have a concerted effort to try to ruin someone's life, which is what Matoker did. There's the difference, okay? It wasn't a video, it was on a live stream of his. It was on a live stream of his, and I saw I guess there's someone who does highlights of his live streams, and that's what I saw. It's not, there's no video about me on his channel, no. Snow Carl did another tip. I know the fans think your criticism is unfair. Do you think there are changes in your messaging you can make to prevent people from misconstruing your words? Yeah, I don't know how I would do that. I would like opinions. It can't be, it's this simple. I can't just not say, hey guys, just so you know, we have goals today. It would be great if we could hit them. That helps me a lot. If I don't mention that, then there will be days where it will be absolutely terrible for me. I know that when I mention it, people get reminded, and then sometimes they contribute. You know, it goes hand in hand. You know, if there's a way that I could do it that doesn't seem greedy, because I'm not trying to be greedy, okay? But, you know, I don't know. You're right. Let me tell you, that Scorn stream, I don't think I conveyed myself properly. There was multiple things going on there. I was upset that people were trolling me. I was upset that the game had fallen apart and become a mess, because I liked the game up to that point. It was very disappointing. I was upset because I didn't get any support on that stream, and it was...
I don't think people were actually trolling him. People turned up and didn't tip him. He saw a lot of people on the stream, but because nobody was giving him money, he thought of that as trolling. He thought of him getting zero money for all the people there was a fucking form of trolling.
Important stream that I needed support to afford things that week. It was like everything at once that exploded, and then I say it in the wrong way, and here come the highlights, right? And that's what happens. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Well, someone made a giant message. He says, you won't read this, but you should. Okay. See, I'll read this, but what's funny is it's not even true. Again, this is a misconception. I'll read this. So this guy tipped $1 says, you won't read this, but you should. Well, I'm going to read it. I don't think you're greedy. I do believe that you're poor and living paycheck to paycheck. Now, again, that's another misconception. I'm not poor. I'm living in a good living arrangement.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I consider, when Phil says he's living paycheck to paycheck, I assume he's trying to convey to his fans that he's kind of struggling. That's why he brings up all the fucking time. He brings up all the fucking time as a fucking tool to his fans, as a fucking reason for why he needs their money. Guys, please help me, please tip me. I am living paycheck to paycheck. That construes that it's a bad, negative thing where you're not financially flush, therefore you're struggling for funds, as in you might be kind of struggling a bit poor or whatever. So Phil all of a sudden is retconning that, saying he's not poor after all. But paycheck to me kind of conveys kind of that kind of message. I don't know.
Misconception. I'm not poor. I'm living in a good living arrangement, all right? You know, I'm not poor. That's another thing that's fucked up that people say that. I'm not poor, all right? But when I'm honest with you and I say, guess what, guys? Unless support is good this week, I can't afford to buy the new game. Unless I get a good amount of support, I actually can't even afford my day off this week. That's 100% true. It is. That doesn't mean I'm poor. There's a difference here. When you say there's all these whole other kind of things that have to be said about, oh, you're poor or whatever. So I don't want to even say that, because here we go again with that kind of shit. And then people will say, oh, this and that. Anyway, let's continue. I also don't think that you're a bad guy, and I like your content. But having said that, you beg every stream. That's fine. It's how you make your money. Have some class and own it. It's pretty gross to disparage Boogie. Now, I don't know how he says I'm disparaging Boogie when you do the same thing. I'm not disparaging Boogie in any way. That did happen. I stated a fact based on what MoistCritical said in a video. How is that disparaging Boogie, stating facts of what was said in a video? When did it become stating facts is like disparaging? When did that happen? That's actually, you know, what is up with the internet today? Here's a list of facts. Let me read these. Oh, that's horrible you said that. But it's a fact.
Whenever Rich brings up that you fucking jerked off on stream, you complain and whine and say that's horrible. It's a fact that it happened, but you complain and bitch and whine all the same. Then he brings it up all the fucking time. What's wrong with facts, Phil? Fact of the matter is, you jerked it live on stream, and it's how you're going to be remembered. It's a fact. Own it.
How can a fact be offensive? Here's the fact.
I've got a fucking fact sheet for fucking days, Phil Burnell. In fact, I've got a fucking whole spreadsheet full of them. Look at all these juicy little facts here. These are all facts, by the way. These are the facts that Phil's pretending doesn't fucking exist and pretends are not fucking real. But these bad boys, these are all fucking facts. Look at all these. I've got lines and lines, hundreds and lines, thousands of lines of fucking facts at the fucking yazoo. Thanks to the efforts of evil detractors, you know, fucking these mental ill motherfuckers that got this information for us. Remember, guys, the bank leaks were real, the identity theft was real, but Phil Burnell apparently does not want to fucking make you have and believe this was real. Phil wants you to fucking think this is all made up on the spot. I don't know if he wants to say a piece of peace made it all up by himself, but he is trying to say This information is all 100% fabricated, even though I've explained in detail how that information was obtained. I don't want to fucking bore people with the same story again over and over again of how fucking information was. You guys know exactly how this information was obtained.
Boogie had money. Boogie invested in cryptocurrency. Boogie lost the money. He publicly admitted this in the video. Boogie asked his viewers for help because he felt he needed more help because he lost his nest egg and he's worried about making a living. And MoistCritical called him out for it and said that that's a bad look. Everything I just said is a fact. How is that disparaging to Boogie? Right? I just don't understand people's mentalities in the modern era. What are you talking about? When did I disparage Boogie ever? I stated facts about him. Anyway, let's continue. If you owned these things, more people would like you. Hope you'll read this and take it to heart. But for some reason, the T was cut off. So here's the thing. 1,000,000%, I make a living off of contributions of my audience. Who's going to debate that? I make a living off of the contributions and the generosity of my audience. That's my business model. I abandoned the business model of making a living on YouTube ad revenue years ago. It just wasn't feasible anymore. It wasn't feasible to do so, to make a living doing it like that, because YouTube had fallen apart, right? YouTube lost so many major advertisers and all of that. And it wasn't, I can't make this look good anymore. I don't know what's going on. It wasn't feasible to make a living. I had to change my business model. People urged me to change my business model. They said, please stop. Please stop with the misconception that you're going to still be a full-time YouTuber the way you used to be. Everyone has changed. Everyone has become a live streamer with crowdfunding. You've got to do that as well. Okay? So I did that. But then it was like, so Phil did it all wrong by trying to be a YouTuber for so long. He changed too late, right? Now I changed what everyone says to change. Now you're a beggar. So you can't, again, it's like, no matter what I do, it's never good enough. It's always moving the goalpost. So I'm always in the wrong and I'm doing things the wrong way, right? It's been my experience ever since I've been a content creator, right? It's literally, you're never good enough. First, you're a YouTuber who relies on ad revenue on YouTube. The ad revenue is going away. So what do? I diversify my content to try to get in line with the YouTube algorithm. YouTube decides to demonetize my channel for no reason. All right, so what should I do, everyone? Become a full-time streamer, Phil. Okay, I'll do that. I become a full-time streamer. Phil, why are you an e-beggar? But you told me to become a full-time streamer. Like, and then on top of that, man, Phil really keeps asking for contributions too much. Oh, by the way, let me hit him with a few false copyright strikes today. Let me steal his identity and cost him thousands of dollars to fuck with him, right? It's like, you create the mess, and then you're upset with me when I have to live in it. These people create the fucked up situation.
Nah. I'm not going to let you try and get out of that one, Phil. Not on your fucking Nelly, boy. You do it to yourself. I keep stealing that Sunspot quote, but god damn it, it rings so true, and it really is really true when it comes to Phil. He is his own worst enemy. Some detractors will sometimes do things to Phil Bonnell, but the fucking resulting consequence and how Phil deals with it is generally far more devastating than the original action. For example, the copyright strikes. Phil mass deleted a bunch of fucking videos. That tanked his YouTube viewership. He claims that Machinima told him to do that. He's never showed evidence of Machinima telling him to do that, but he claims Machinima's solution for him getting the copyright strikes was to mass delete all these fucking videos. And so he did, and his channel fell out of fucking popularity because he lost millions of fucking views essentially overnight. So Phil's, actions in dealing with the copyright strikes is what fucked him, not the copyright strikes themselves. Also, the copyright strikes were a factor, but Phil ultimately basically had a killer blow to himself.
And then I have to live in the fucked up situation and find a way to deal with it, but then I'm in the wrong because I'm in that situation, right? And then on top of that, what they do is they try to justify their actions with their bullshit memes, like the WWE Champions gambling meme, right? Oh, you see, the real reason that Phil's falling apart is because of that. No, the real reason I'm falling apart is because I made bad financial decisions when I moved out here, okay? I made assumptions about what I was going to make on YouTube. They weren't correct, all right? Someone literally destroyed my channel with false copyright strikes, causing me to make even less money and become less prominent on YouTube. All of that fucked me over to the point where eventually I had to declare bankruptcy. There was no way out of the financial pit I got myself into, all right? Every single thing that's happened after that bankruptcy, all these fucked up things happening to me, all right, is on those people who are doing them, all right? No more of this bullshit where people can just say and do whatever they want about me. It's done, okay? No, my problems are not because you...
No, Phil, I'm not going to let you go. No. It's still your fault. Excuse me for a second while I search for... Here we go. Down from the Rafters. Here we go. Down from the Rafters, WWE Champions account. He has been playing this game for over 2,000 days now. He has had 1,735 days of consecutive login days. You want to know how long that is? That's like, 3, 6, that's like 5 years. Over 5 years, isn't it? 1,735 days of consecutive logins. Fucking mental. He is addicted to this fucking game. He spends a lot of money in this fucking game. When Phil was declaring bankruptcy, he was spending money in this fucking game. When Phil was granted the bankruptcy, he was spending money in this game. Phil used this game and passed it off as his fucking business expenses. He pretended this fucking spending in this game was a part of his fucking YouTube work. Because it showed up all the fucking time on his goddamn bank statements. Remember the bank statement? So the bankruptcy call, he was trying to explain to them what microtransactions were and what microtransactions related to. Because microtransactions show up all the goddamn fucking time on his fucking bank statements. All the goddamn time, microtransactions show up everywhere. Everywhere you fucking look, microtransactions show up every fucking where. He had to fucking have some way to explain that, so he's going to fucking try and pass that off as his fucking legitimate business expenses he has for his fucking YouTube career. He absolutely fucking gamed the system, and he fucking defrauded the shit out of his own country. He used this addiction to WWE Champions, and he fucking got a bankruptcy because of it, because it's incredible to me. I'm always going to fucking say that, Phil. Phil, I'm convinced... Oh, Phil got $100 bucks, Jesus Christ. Which hat is Plague Tale best? So Phil has had a very... You can tell already, Phil's going to have a good day now. He got at least $100, you know what I mean? So Phil's going to be a happy piggy now from this point onwards.
Fabricated some insane fucking bullshit about stuff that doesn't exist, alright? My problems are because you keep fucking with me. You want to know... Here, you want to test it? Leave me alone for a year. Leave Darkside Phil alone for a year. Don't hit him with false strikes.
Nah.
Don't make insane slanderous videos about him constantly.
Nah.
Don't fucking try to do identity theft against me. Leave me the fuck alone. Give me 1 year to be left alone.
Give me fucking peace, you fucking toxic little shite bag. You're a lying fucking cunt. I'm going to fucking call you out for being a lying fucking cunt. So you're a criminal. You're a piece of shit. And you deserve what's coming to you. You're your own fucking worst enemy, Phil Burnell, but you deserve what's coming to you. Nathan Ronan has educated me with saying Team Ico with a $140 tip. $140 for Phil. I assume they had $10 before that. If Team Ico Gaming is given 140. Which means that Phil has hit all 3 tier goals, I imagine, already. Keep in mind, we are behind Phil by almost an hour.
And see what happens. Because the thing is, I'm doing a good job. I was doing a good job. I was in a good position. And then all of a sudden, you got me kicked out of the Twitch partner program. You got me canceled off of fucking Spring, right? You had all this thing happen to me, and you got me back to square one again. That's your fault. I didn't even do anything for that to happen. It just fucking happened because you idiots keep fucking with me. You create the endless cycle of drama. You do. Not me. I don't want anything to do with it. I just want to chill here every day with my audience and have a good time. I don't want to have anything to do with this. You create it. But then you hate on me for having to live in it. I don't want to sit here and have to ask anyone for anything ever. I have to make a living. And then you hate on me for it. But I did it because you fucked with my money. That's why I had to do it. But you're somehow immune. I'm completely in the wrong constantly. You know? It drives me fucking nuts. And, people say, how do you stay sane? I don't know. I guess I'm just wired differently. I don't know how I could have had my accident 6 years ago and immediately do a normal stream and act like nothing happened. I don't know. I did, though. It was kind of, it was really weird. I know this is going to sound very odd. I'm in high school. Okay?
Please tell us the story of people calling you Phil with the oddly shaped head.
I'm sitting at my desk, and these 2 girls, who were more popular girls in the school, turn to me, and one of them says, "I can't believe you, Phil." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, you realize that like prom's next week, right? Like everyone in the school's freaking out. Everyone's so stressed. Got to worry about the perfect dress. Got to worry about the party, who you're going with, all the plans, photo ops, all the drama, all that shit around you. Everyone's so stressed to the gills about life right now. Everyone's freaking out. And I turn to you. I look at the whole classroom and everyone's feeling the same. Everyone's all like, you know. And I turn to you and you're just sitting there nonchalantly. You look like cool as a cucumber.
Oh, why the fuck would Phil worry about fucking prom? It's a social event, and who the fuck's going to want to go to fucking prom with Phil Burnell? Very likely, if he didn't have a fucking date for it, why the fuck's Phil going to worry about something that he has no fucking, say in, essentially? What the fuck why the fuck would Phil Burnell worry about a high school prom? He was not fucking Mr. Popular or whatever. He has no reason to freak out about it. There is no fucking reputation for Phil to worry about. He's just Phil.
She goes, how the hell do you do it? I said, I don't know. I just don't care. I just don't really care about any of this shit. Any of this drama stuff, any of this nonsense. Like, it doesn't affect me. I don't know. I just don't let it affect me. I don't know what it is. And that was as far back as when I was a teenager in high school. Everyone around me, drama and shit. And I was like, I don't care.
Phil doesn't let drama shit affect him. He will have fucking hour-long rants, though, on YouTube about it. If fucking MoistCritical said one thing about him when he was fucking talking about Boogie, he referenced DSP for like 5 minutes, and Phil spends an hour trying to debunk him. But yeah, Phil doesn't let drama bother him not at all. Detractor says he said he was hated in high school. What the fuck? Yeah, he can never keep the story straight. Never trust a Phil Burnell story which you cannot fucking, verify. It's very possible Phil just fucking either stealing the story from another source, like maybe some sort of movie or something. Remember the fucking time he stole a South Park reference for one of his stories? It's like fucking puking and shitting at the same time, not shit. I was like, yeah, that's a South Park reference. But he tried to pass it off as like a fucking real story and not shit. And it's like, fuck the fuck off, Phil. You have no genuine, real fucking entertaining stories to tell. You basically fucking pretend things happen from other shit.
Care. None of this matters. This is all stupid bullshit anyway. It's just gonna pass. None of this is of any importance, And that's the thing. Maybe everything's just a moment in time. And yeah, certainly some moments are a lot harder to live down than others. And I don't think I'll ever live down that moment I had. But like, it's all just a moment, and the moment passes, and then you're in another moment. It's different, right? Right now I'm talking about this. A few minutes ago I was talking about something else. That's life. You don't get stuck in a moment. You always push forward positively through everything, no matter what. If it's a shitty moment, it's a good moment. You savor the good ones. You push through the bad ones. You don't let that shit get to you. You know what it is? It's mental fortitude. You get to a point in your life where you're like, I don't care about any of this shit anymore. Let every moron on the internet say whatever they want. I don't care. Does it suck that someone like MoistCritical gets misconceptions about me because the videos that are put out about me and he's not watching the raw content, he's just watching those videos? Yeah, that really does suck because he's one of the biggest guys on the internet and he has misconceptions about me even though he's a cool guy. Like, that seems like a guy, I'm not kidding. Like, I think like having a fun conversation with that guy would be awesome. It would be fun content. It would be good for both of us. Just like a chill conversation. He seems like that kind of guy that you just want to shoot the shit with, and it would be a good time. And then to hear him say nasty things about me, not nasty, but to say misconception things about me, it's disheartening. But it's just a moment, and the moment passes, and you move past the moment, and you move on with your life. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Okay. I got a $10 tip. That's it. Just a $10 tip. It's a anonymous tip. So let's give this a test now. You save. And all right, here we go. Thank you for the $10 tip. There we go. I'm testing this because actually what I did is I edited all the links of all the animations and everything yesterday too. So I want to make sure it plays for about 20, 25 seconds. It was weird. Some of the animations played for like 4 seconds and others were playing for like 30. I was like, what happened here? Seems like a good amount for a $10 tip, right? And it's going to, yep, there it is. Yeah, that's good. Thank you very much for the anonymous $10 tipper. Biggest contribution so far today, and I very much appreciate that. Okay. And I got another $1 tip. Oh, let's see here. Okay, it's the same person. They took another $1, said, let's have this conversation. You beg and other creators live stream, they don't mention money. Go 1 week without talking about money, see what happens. I guarantee you the money will come. Big ups on you reading my last message. Now, here's the thing. Let's talk about that. How could that happen? Because I do shout outs for contributions, because I'm grateful. That's mentioning money, right? Right? We have tiered rewards.
There's nothing wrong with shouting out contributions. It's a thing that falls afterwards. You finish your fucking, shout out, and then you fucking turn that into some begging segment. There is absolutely nothing wrong with reading out contributions, but afterwards you fucking then turn that into, guys, that was the first tip we've had in like 30 minutes. It'd be really great if we could hit our fucking tip skill tonight. I'm just fucking saying, that's when it fucking turns into a begging segment. You're reading a contribution, that's fucking perfectly fine, that's perfectly A-okay, it's part of being a fucking streamer. Even I fucking date, for God's sake, you know what I mean? But so you fucking turn that shit, you turn a contribution into a please give me more money sort of segment. That is a fucking problem.
Right? If I don't mention the tiered rewards, then people won't know about them. You see what I'm saying? Like, we have to figure out where's the middle ground. Okay? What is the middle ground? That's a valid question that I would absolutely love that discussion. Let's figure out what's middle ground. What is it that people find obnoxious about the streams, but is reasonable that I can change? I can't just never mention money.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that's a loaded question. Jesus Christ. What do people find obnoxious about the Phil streams? Oh, fuck me, man. There's a... How much time do you fucking have? There's a fucking 5-hour Steel Dead podcast right there on its own. Fuck me. Jesus. Most people are saying everything, essentially. Oh my god, man. Replace the host, problem solved, says Decepticon. And by the way, Decepticon made a fucking banging video the other day. He made it was like part 7, I think it was, of his little series of videos where Phil, it focused specifically on Phil's debunking video. And that was a brilliant fucking video because you can tell clear as day he did his kind of due diligence and proper research into times that Phil has been completely hypocritical about the things he tried to say in that debunk video. So I went and made a wee community post about it a couple of days ago. If you've not seen it, I would highly recommend Decepticon's video because it was definitely worth a watch. It's like an hour long or something, but well worth the fucking watch. Because it's one of those things I was like, even though I was around for this fucking time myself, there was things that I kind of forgotten at times. And I was like, yeah, that actually was completely Phil just talking at his ass, and his story changed in a debunk video compared to what fucking happened at the time, not shit. Very highly recommended. Anyway, I thought I'd point out just randomly, just a random little fucking shill segment from me trying to promote another Detractor, don't mind me.
In contributions. That means I will go out of business. I will literally go out of business. That cannot happen. But what's a reasonable way that I can do it that you guys would not find obnoxious? And again, the other thing is, I'm honest. There's been situations where people didn't realize that if I didn't raise a certain amount in a week, I literally can't afford a new game, or I can't do what I need to do, right? Right? That's truthful stuff, though. If I don't mention, now, let's say, for example, I didn't mention it, and then I didn't get Gotham Knights. Now, what would have happened on release day? Well, sorry, guys, I just can't get it today. I don't have it, the money, so we're not playing it today. What's worse, me mentioning it earlier in the week, and then people contribute, now I can afford it, and we can play it on the day people want to see it, or me just not playing it? You know, like, what's the worst situation? All right. Again, this is a conversation I welcome. I'll go. Sadly, the podcast has gone long. We have to end for today. This is definitely a conversation we can have, maybe tomorrow or during a different kind of stream. We do have to get into Plague Tale today. My God, do we need to make progress today? Because man, did we have a bad time last week making zero progress, right? Absolutely zero progress. Hold on. I'm going to close my blinds. The sun came out. Now I can't see. We definitely need, oh God, now I'm yellow. We definitely need to focus on Plague Tale today and make progress in it. It has to be the focus because I need to finish this game hopefully over the weekend. And, and that way we can have a fun week of streaming next week of 2 new releases and not have too many lingering ones. It's very important that we make progress today. So once I start playing Plague Tale, that's got to be my focus. We can't be talking about this during Plague Tale today. But at the same time, I do have to get started with Plague Tale. Okay.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Prophet for a super chat. It says, so Phil answered the question by saying he will not stop begging. Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much it. In a nutshell, yeah. He's the answer to the question is the begging never ends. So yeah, there you go.
How's that? That's good, right?
No, we can still see you. Plus a snort.
So you guys never answered me about the lamp. If you want me to leave it on or not, I could turn it back on. I don't think it's affecting the camera. What's going on, Jade? How you doing? Okay. Oh, let's see here. Leave it off? Leave it off for today? Okay. Another dollar tip from the same person. Shout out contributions. Everything else stays off the table. Don't constantly keep mentioning how tipping is going and how low support is. Don't mention raising money. Try it for a week. You'll see how much better things will be. What about goals though? Like for example,
people can see the fucking goals on the fucking screen. You can have the goals in your description. The live stream can have a description. If people want to fucking check out the goals, hit us. Show more. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. It's in here. Look, please consider leaving a tip. So, 286 watching now. Started streaming 2 hours ago. Join the channel to get access to perks. Which is, he's begging straight away in the description. And then straight away, please consider leaving a tip to help support the channel. Please send any tips directly via my PayPal link and I'll give you a live shout out and thank you and play an animation depending on level of contribution. We even have tiered rewards. Everything in the description is begging. He can put the fucking goals in the fucking description like he has everything in this fucking description is begging. Every single fucking thing in the description is begging related. He can put the goals in there as well and explain the goals. $50 glasses, $100 hat, $150 dumbass vest.
you know, the tiered goals, because I feel like no matter what, people are still going to say it's not good enough. You know what I mean?
The guy offers you fucking great advice. He told you exactly what we fucking talked about before. Contributions is fine. Don't talk about anything else money-wise. He's like, what about the goals? My fucking fans won't remember the fucking goals because I'm fucking dumb. Just put the fucking goals in the fucking description, you fucking moron. I've got all the fucking necessary information I feel anyway, and on my fucking screen right now. Bottom left corner, 25 times green squares equals £25 prize or someone in chat. Above Phil's face, you got 100 likes on the stream equals a free space. If you hit 50 snorts, that's a free space. Although I think I'm going to lower that to 25 snorts because it's now coming up to the winter. Temporarily, I'm going to lower it, I think, starting, for now anyway, throughout the winter, I think I'm going to lower it to 25 snorts. Because Phil does not snort as much anymore because the summer's gone. But we're going back up to 50 snorts, so probably when it comes back during the summertime again.
I kind of feel that way. I feel like no matter how I do it or how I go about it, people are still going to say, you still mentioned it. Like, right now we're $15 of tips. At the $50 tip level, I put on Gunner glasses. You guys know that, but I get newcomers every day who don't. How do I go about relaying the way the stream works without mentioning it? Right? I really don't. The thing is, I don't feel like me saying, hey guys, so just so you know, we have tiered rewards, and we're really close to one right now. And if we do that, we'll get that. I don't think that's begging.
Yeah, it's a massive hint, Phil. It's a massive fucking hint. So yeah, you mentioned it, I'd consider it kind of begging, and the way you can go around that, if you're not going to fucking include it in your description of your live stream, you could instead have a fucking Nightbot message spam the goals. Nightbot could fucking tell everyone throughout the fucking stream, every fucking 10 minutes or so, that $50 equals glasses, $100 equals a hat. Yeah, use Nightbot. Use your fucking chatbot, Nightbot thing, however. That's a fucking perfect social fill. It means you've got an automated thing regularly asking. It means your fucking bot is taking care of the fucking constant begging for you. You don't have to fucking say it or voice it if it's fucking coming up constantly on your fucking Nightbot, on your stream chat. There you go, there's your fucking solution. There is a perfect fucking solution right there for Phil Burnell. You can fucking have the bot be the fucking, beggar. The bot turns into the beggar, which means Phil can just focus on reading contributions and getting through his fucking, news stories, not a shit. And his fucking ranting about fucking YouTubers.
Just mention it. The difference is, you're absolutely right. If I'm like, yeah, by the way, I got a giant bill due later this week, I need help with it. That's begging. For sure it is. But that's also me being transparent because I need the help. Because if I don't mention, here's the thing. There's been situations where we get 3-4 streams in a row where contributions are quite low, and at that point I'm like, I don't know what to do. I need to raise money to pay bills. If I don't, I can't pay bills. That's not good. I don't know what else to do about it. Get rid of the bills. That's all. Just ignore them. That works. As someone who went through bankruptcy, that definitely works. Yes. All right. Let's end the stream for now. Let's end the pre-stream, shall we? And let us jump into the game for today.
There's a question. There's no more Halloween jump scare, so what's going to be happening instead?
We have one more tip, though. All right, after this, we got to get into the game. From the same person again. They said, no goals. Give that crap for free for 1 week. Big tips, 10 plus, let them pick what the stupid thing you wear, sell parameters at the beginning of the week, and watch the money come in. Yeah, but here's the problem. I know where you're coming from, but here's the truth. If I just gave everything away easily, all right, sadly, what would happen is exactly what happened when I became a full-time streamer. You may not remember this. This is 2017. I became a full-time streamer, and basically you got pop-ups for like any contribution at all. There wasn't even a limit. It was just like you give a penny, there's a pop-up. What ended up happening was the entirety of my stream was just people pop-ups. The whole stream was just pop, 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 pop. And then people realized they could do it, and what did they do? They abused it, right?
Phil, you are in full control of the pop-ups now. This is not an automated thing, Phil. You have full control of what pops up on your fucking stream.
They started doing it on purpose. They put negative messages in there, and that's why things have changed over the years. If I make every reward so easily attainable, that would be the whole stream. It would literally be, this is not Phil Plays Playtale Requiem. It would be Phil Plays musical vests. Every $5 is a new vest. Every $10 is a hat. And then it's just me dressed up. It's the Phil dress up stream. It wouldn't be me playing a game. You understand? We have to find the happy medium. Again, I'm not saying no. I'm saying that's why I just can't do that. Because sadly, that's exactly what would happen. People tend to take advantage. That's why things are set up the way that they are. All right. And that's why we have it. So that you have to hit those milestones, and they're not super easy to hit. That way we just don't have that every day. The other thing is, and here's the other truth of it too, when everything becomes so easily attainable, it's not special anymore, right? Why is putting on a vest special? Because we don't do it all the time. And every once in a while when we get one, it's kind of nice to see that variety on the stream. It's not often we see the vest, but when we see it, it's kind of something cool, right? If the vest was every single stream, then no one would care about the vest anymore. It means nothing. It's meaningless.
You literally had a fucking vest streak that went fucking like in the hundreds, pal. You had ridiculous amounts of money given to you because you wore a fucking vest every fucking day. By the way, shout out to how he tried to replace that. He tried to replace the vest streak with the hat streak, the fishing hat streak, and it lasted 2 streams. He actually put hat, that was one of my fucking favourite things ever, the fucking hat streak. The hat streak that fucking lasted 2 streams and it fucking died. The same stream where he typed the words for the first time, hat streak, on that fucking fishing stream, he had to fucking delete it and admit it was fucking dead. He could not replace the fucking vest streak whatsoever. Prophet says, so his excuse as to why he can't stop begging is because people will abuse it? Pretty much, yes. That's what it sounds like.
This is something normal, right? It's supposed to be a celebration of something different. I don't know. Again, we could have this conversation later, but I do need to get into the game. All right, guys. Thank you for watching the Level 1 podcast. Thanks for listening. I'm sure people are going to clip what I said about MoistCritical in various different ways. This will be interesting.
Not really. I don't know. Personally, I don't give a fucking shit. I think most of what you said was fucking bluff and just shit we've already heard before. Most of it was fucking nonsensical. But yeah, it's... I don't know. Clipping Phil these days is not fucking worth your time, in my opinion. He's fucking... So much fucking nonsensical gibberish comes out of Phil's mouth, and he fucking changes his fucking story every single fucking day. It's only worth clipping just to fucking highlight his hypocrisy day by day by day by day. Just like I fucking begged there. I don't get the kind of opportunities to fucking advertise like other YouTubers do. Like he fucking cares all of a sudden about fucking advertising products for fucking on his streams. I fucking right, Phil. Pick your fucking lane. You keep changing all the goddamn time.
Interesting experiment. I wonder if, if he'll watch reactions to it or whatever and see different, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you. And, oh yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, I need to show you guys this in full screen. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
That is going to be the end stream image from his podcast now for the foreseeable future, until Thanksgiving, essentially. This fucking monstrosity. I love how pale Phil's face is compared to the turkey. Like, you can't even make his fucking face, like, it's still pasty white.
Okay then. You guys thought I was kidding. See, you guys thought I was kidding. Oh, I don't kid. I don't fuck around. All right. let's get started here. The webcam is slightly too big. Shrink that a bit. And real quick before we start, I just want to take a leak. Because I'd rather take a leak now than be able to play and not have to take another big break right away. So give me like 2 minutes, and I'll be right back and we'll start, all right? Plague Tale in just a minute. By the way, here we go again. Not running ads. And this is funny. Oh, Phil constantly begs. But every day here, I don't even run ads. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even going to do that.
Well, the fact that you feel you have to bring it up is, to me, kind of begging. It's like, if I keep reminding my audience here, none of my videos are monetized. I have 0 ads in all my videos. That's a personal choice. If I kept saying that to my audience every single fucking stream, they might think I'm trying to fucking hint at something. I'm not, and I'm not fucking saying every stream either, because it's not really fucking pertinent to the conversation, but just highlighting the fact you're not running an ad, you fucking hint, by the way guys, I'm not begging, I'm not running an ad. To me, it kind of sounds like you're trying to highlight the fact that you'd like, you still kind of like money. You bring attention to it. You could have just fucking pissed off and went to the toilet. But no, you have to fucking stall yourself and try and emphasise the fact that you're not begging. You're not running ads. You literally could have just said, guys, I'm back in a minute, I need a piss. And that would have been it. That would have been fucking fine. That wouldn't have been a problem whatsoever. You would have fucked off for a minute, you would have had your piss, you would have fucking went on your phone, WWE Champions time, very briefly, and then came back to the stream and started gameplay. Instead, you got to fucking make sure your audience knows, by the way, I'm not going to beg for you to watch an ad. Reminder to all my people watching the fucking video, the live stream right now, I am not running an ad. Contrary to the popular opinion that I beg all the time, I, Philip Burnell, I am refusing to run an ad during this piss break. This is an ad-free zone while I go and urinate. Feel free to stay here and wait for me to come back without being forced to watch advertisements. That is what Phil is saying to his audience right now. Instead of just fucking saying, you know what guys, I need a piss, be right back. That's all he could have fucking said. That's all we needed.
See? Like, it would be one thing if, like, every waking moment of my stream is me, like, monetizing it. Like, I start off the stream, immediately there's a product placement, right? Then there's another product placement. Then I'm shilling shirts. Then I'm running ads. Then I'm doing that. Like, the only thing that I do on my stream is I, every once in a while, mention, yeah, it would be great to hit some goals or whatever. Yes, is that begging? Yes, it is. But, well, I guess, depending on your definition of beg, it's asking for support, okay? But the thing that gets me about that is, like, people act like, oh, it's so horrible. It's like, yeah, but I'm not doing the things everyone else does. Right? There was no product placement. There was none of that. You know what I mean? So that's what I really don't get. I don't see how you can say that's a fair assessment, that all I'm 100%, all I do is beg, when literally I'm not doing the other things everyone else does to make the money. You know what I mean? Like, there's a trade-off somewhere there. And again, that's what I like to talk about, finding the happy medium. But anyway, I got to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Jasper Kitty. He just ran in here. He's going to be in here today, by the way. Okay.
And Phil has fucked off to the bathroom. Of course, we are behind by over an hour. Sorry about that, guys. Let me fast forward until Phil gets back. I am pretty confident that we are not going to win bingo. It's hard to imagine Phil randomly having a dumb close-up, him saying engagement, him saying what I mean by that is, him saying no exaggeration, and him saying good news. So unless Phil Burnell just sits back down right now and says, good news everyone, no exaggeration, the engagement for a stream is robust. What I mean by that is, and then he does a dumb close-up just to explain what he means by that. Unless that happens, I don't see us winning bingo, guys.
A barking dog outside. I can't figure out where it is, though. I heard it, like, I don't know if it's the backyard, because I got the back window open. I hear, like, woof, woof, woof. Like, who is that? Who's the barking dog? Okay. So, we're going to jump in, guys. We're going to jump in. La, la, la. My nose itches. All right. I mean, we're literally at a part of the game we're about to get big story answers that we've been waiting on. And it sucked that we had to wait a week for them. But now we're going to get them. Thank goodness. Crunchiest Onion did a super chat said, what's bad about shilling a product? Well, here's the thing. There's nothing necessarily bad about it. But it's about what you do content for. I don't feel like I make content. Excuse me. I don't make content to sell products or, you know what I'm saying? Like, the content I put out is because I like video games. I like hanging with you guys. That's why I make the content. The fact that this is my living as well is a bonus. I would still make this content even if it wasn't my living. I did. I made YouTube content for 2.5 years before I was even able to monetize any of it. You understand? So that's what I'm all about. I feel like the moment I have to start sitting here shilling products I don't care about and stuff is the moment that I kind of lost my way as a content creator. That's what was the point of me turning on the stream today? Was it to run the ad to make money, or was it to have fun with you guys? And I told you, my mentality has always been, if you guys are having a good time and you're enjoying the content, you'll support it, right? That's, oh, by the way, Crunchy's Onion, you're actually the first super chatter of the day. I can put you on the leaderboard. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just telling you, like, personally, for me, it's one of the most obnoxious things ever. You know, someone says to me, hey, Phil, did you hear the Angry Video Game Nerd made a video about Doom? And everyone says it's one of his best videos in years. Can you go want to check it out? Okay. And I click play, and he goes, but before the video, here's a word from our sponsor, ExpressVPN. And I go, I don't fucking care. I don't, I just want to watch the video.
Like, can you imagine Phil, like, watching TV, like normal TV? He'll just sit down and fucking wants to watch some TV show, and then all the fucking adverts comes on. It's like, oh, Starbucks are promoting something, and Target are promoting. He's like, I don't care. This TV show is such a fucking shill. This network is a shill. They're fucking. Why the fuck, Phil? Look, some people, when the apocalypse happened, you chose to beg like fucking crazy to your audience. You chose the begging option to fucking force your audience to fucking make up for the shortcomings in your ad revenue. That is what you inflicted on your audience. They are fucking making up for the loss of income because of the fucking ads. Your audience instead had to fucking pay through their fucking teeth. They had to pay out their fucking every orifice possible just to fucking keep your extravagant lifestyle going. Other content creators, most other content creators did not force that on their audience. Most other content creators thought, obviously they don't obviously want to do it themselves. I think most content creators don't actually like the idea of doing an ad for somebody, but at the same time, must. They were adults about it, they have the channel for it, they have the fucking platform for it, and they will advertise a product as long as they think it's not too fucking, it doesn't disagree with their morals or anything, it's like, I'm not saying any fucking content creator's going to fucking shill anything. Just also some products fucking people probably draw a line at for, just if they don't agree with it or whatever. But yeah, it is normal and acceptable for content creators to fucking shill products if they so wish. They have to make a living. This is their livelihood. It is what it is. They're not forcing that fucking financial burden onto their own fans. Instead, they got the money because they were able to fucking share a product and they were able to deliver video to their fans because of the advertisement, because of their success, because they've done well enough on YouTube to be able to afford to attract such advertisements.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Barrett Wilson Super Chat. It says, Phil should reach out to Glad Garbage Bags. His content belongs in one, so the fit would be perfect to shill. I don't even think they would touch that, I don't think they'd be happy being associated with such toxic content. But who knows? August Stevenson says if DSP had been honest with his first sponsors, he'd still have sponsors. It's potentially true, yeah, Phil. It's potentially true. That's what I'm saying. Most of us don't enjoy seeing fucking advertisements on some fucking random YouTube video, some like, sometimes it's at the start of a fucking video, sometimes it's halfway in there. It's annoying to fucking endure, but at the same time, I understand the necessity for it. Phil Burnell, though, doesn't trust any content whatsoever that has fucking advertisements in it because he thinks they're fucking just being shills. No, they're being responsible fucking adults that have bills to pay. Their livelihood is on the fucking line, and the fact of the matter is they're able to fucking focus all their energy into making that content because of the sponsorship. The sponsorship has paid for the fucking video to be fucking made, and so they can put all their efforts into having some good content made for their fucking fans. That's the whole purpose of it.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Detractor for the super chat. He says, thanks as always for doing this. I'm still seething but less mad if I just watch this raw. Yeah, I always try, as I'm saying, I try to make this somewhat endurable by having some sort of daft bingo game going in the background because I think it's easier to fucking endure when there's actually some sort of game to distract from Phil a little bit, because we're trying to obviously pay attention to what Phil's saying and doing, but there's some sort of kind of incentive there for us to do that. It's not just fucking listening to him just for the sake of listening to him, it's listening to try and, tick off a thing in the card, and if we get a fucking full house ticked off, one of you guys can win money cause it, so there we go. I actually had somebody fucking whine at me earlier on. Someone randomly commented on one of my last bingo streams. It says, I'm not sure you can call anyone toxic when you've dedicated your life, to it. I don't know who this guy is, and I don't care why you do this beyond me, but he's basically, having a go at me for, fucking making bingo content, and it's like, I'm not forcing you to watch it, pal. Some people enjoy this bingo content, I enjoy making it, and some people enjoy watching it. And that's enough for me. I'm not going to fucking force anyone that doesn't want to watch it to fucking endure it, so that's on them. You know, it's a bizarre thing for people to complain about. It's like if someone like went out their way to go to my bingo stream and say, you know, do you like, why are you fucking dedicating your life to, you know, shitting on Phil? And it's like, oh, I'm just making bingo. I'm just fucking having fun with some bingo. That's all it is to it. It's not really dedicating much of my time either. Most of my day was spent in my work, which is my normal job. But yeah, thank you very much to Detractor for the kind words and the super chat. I appreciate it. The game's almost over. The bingo is almost over. Phil's going to start gameplay very soon. We are still 5 away from a full house, sadly. I need to try and make it slightly... I don't know, I mean, Phil does say no exaggeration. I mean, I don't know why he's not said it today, but for whatever reason, he's not... No exaggeration is one of the more common phrases Phil has used lately. But for some reason, he's not said it today. It is what it is.
I don't want to be fucking shilled ExpressVPN. This is not, you know, the nerd never used to have to do that shit. And it's really, really disheartening to me to see that this is what every content creator has become. They've all become this, I have to make the bag first.
But for fuck's sake, Phil, no. Imagine a world where every single content creator instead did what Phil did. Imagine going to like a MoistCritical stream, or Ludwig. Ludwig might be a good example. I go to a Ludwig stream, and he's fucking like saying, guys, I really need you to fucking tip me, because I've got bills to pay. I have a lot of bills to pay. So guys, make sure you fucking super chat and tip me, because I really need to make sure I can pay those 2 big bills I got coming up at the end of the month. And then he fucking goes back to playing like fucking, you know, Among Us or whatever, I don't know, whatever the fucking game. But imagine if every single other fucking content creator fucking did that shit. Sweet baby Jesus. Thank fuck they don't.
And then I can give you the content. I give you the content in the hopes that you enjoy it enough that you will then support it. I'm not worried about making that bag of money first and then providing the service after. I guess what it is I'm in that old school business model where you like me enough that you're going to support what I put out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just a dinosaur and everyone's moved by from who I am and how I do things, and I just don't understand. You know what I mean?
Open your mind and heart. It is now time to tell his tale.
So that it is never forgotten.
All right, let's just jump into the game. Enough about talking about this, okay? All right.
They must recognize us. Yes. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen.
He is restored. That's the end of Bingo. He started recording for YouTube. Apparently, we did actually have 100 likes on a stream. Fantastic news. Guys, what one do you want ticked off? What do I want ticked off? I would recommend ticking off what I mean by that is, because that's a double bingo. That would give us another 2 bingos if we tick off what I mean by that is. It's not a full house, sadly, but, you know, well, if I tick engagement, it's only going to be 1 bingo. What I mean by that is gives us 2 bingos. I know it still means we're still short, we're not got a full house, but I'm ticking off a thing that gives us more bingos. It means I get to play the fucking horn twice instead of once. Fuck it all. We managed a free space. We managed to get a free space. Remember, guys, I'm going to lower the snort skull because it's coming up to winter. I'm going to lower the snort skull to like 25 instead. I think that's reasonable. I think that is, you know, acceptable to lower to 25 because Phil does not snort as much these days because it's no longer summer. His allergies are not going as crazy. So the snort goal is going to lower. In fact, I think I'm going to lower it right now. I'm going to type it right now. So in case I forget, 25 snorts in future is a free fucking space. There we go. Spam snorts. Snorts are out of control, I'm afraid. Out of our control. We were 4 away from a full house, including the free space there. We were 4 away from a full house. Phil did not say no exaggeration, did not say engagement, did not say good news, and didn't have a dumb close up either. He had chances to say all those things and do those things. He chose not to. It is what it is. It's quite unlucky for us. Let's go to live DSP and see where he's at, because we are behind by 1 hour and 11 minutes. Of course, Team Michael Gamer came along and gave him a big massive tip. So if I hit live DSP.
There.
Wait for it.
He loved her. It looks like they spent a lot
of time. That's not live. We are so far behind Phil's on his break. That's how far behind we were today, guys. We are so far behind Phil's on his break. But he's sitting at $168, it was like. $158. $158. So there we fucking go. I'm that fucking far behind. When did he get this big massive tip? Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it.
Which I now redesigned the... Here we go. The animation.
Hold on.
Okay.
I think this is Phil's big massive tip here. 2 seconds. I just improve the fucking quality. It lowered all the way down there for some reason.
Back into control. So,
is this it?
Hold on a second here, everybody.
Is this it?
I received a very generous tip.
It is.
From Team Ico Gamer. Wow, thank you, Team Ico Gamer. $140 tip, man. Wow.
What was the message, Phil? What did I say?
So thank you very much, Team Ico Gamer. This, of course, means we're going to hit every goal today. So let's go ahead and play the thank you animation, which I now redesigned. Here we go. Got this in a different section now.
I want to know what it said.
So thank you very much, Team Ico Gamer. Incredibly generous contribution.
What was the message? What was the message?
And then let's go ahead and update everything.
What was the message? Tell us a message, Phil Burnell.
Goal. So goal number 1, man. All your support, man, has been so appreciated in the last several weeks. Thank you, man.
There was no message.
So
there was no message.
Guys, I keep. There's no automatic animations for tips.
There was no message. The guy just gave fucking money. Fuck it, man. I'm fucking right. We're gonna just fucking end things there. So Pixar animations. We're just going straight to Pixar animations. Close all the tabs. We've got close the WWE Champions. Remember, it's always the WWE Champions time for Phil Burnell. I mean, close the MoistCritical video. Close Pick Go. Close the Tips Tracker. Close. Oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot about this. Sweet baby Jesus, man. Did I not retweet this? I should retweet it. There we go. Hey, 100 likes. Blow some bubbles, Darkside. We got 100 likes in your fucking tweet. I'm top. Evil AJ. Shout out to Evil AJ. The top tier original Detractor. The one guy that drove Phil his goddamn fucking mind. I'm not poor, dude. Fucking stop. Sweet Jesus. Right, we're gonna end things there, guys. Thank you very much for a good stream. Sadly, it wasn't a full house. I wish it was a full house, but it is what it is. Nothing I could do. Bugged bingo mechanics and all that. Tomorrow we'll try again. Tomorrow will be Wednesday, and yeah, it'll be a day before Phil's day off. I'm sure the begging will be on turbo mode because Phil wants his funds for that day off and whatnot. So yeah, we got that to look forward to at least. But guys, thank you very much for your tips. Thank you very much for super chats. You guys were fantastic as usual. I do wish we can get a full house so I can get back to you guys soon. But we'll try again tomorrow, as I said. So join me tomorrow some DSP Bingo if you wish to take part in that. And until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, however you wish to spend it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for some more DSP Bingo if you wish to join me. Until then, have a good one, guys. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, yeah, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah, yeah. Money, yeah, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, yeah, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah, yeah. Money, yeah, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. it's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone.